for
it makes
some
sense.
reason the description automatically saves. So yeah, so then because all the settings you can't modify, I have to go in there and then I have to kind of modify a bunch of the settings. So and
Oh,
then it so now we're good. So then I have to press edit video and then I got to go here. For those of you if you see this already before it starts promoting it to be a welcome, I'm here with Liam. We'll introduce him more officially once I set up everything here. So I got to allow live chats
yeah, I
and
was gonna
oh,
say, do we see?
yeah, and then so I'll save that. And then yeah, this is I've been at this for years, so it's kind of like it's kind of like learning a different opening, I guess. It's kind of like how I approach learning a different
Yeah,
streaming platform.
a little. I think learning openings would be a little bit more intuitive for me. This seems the whole
Yeah,
production.
technology, that's why there's a whole field called product management, right? The like
Yeah,
the way engineers think are just not really intuitive when it comes to how the general public thinks. So
yeah,
it's just like the YouTube platform with its backend has gotten better, thankfully. But the truth is, it still has a long way to go. Yeah, but and then of course the third-party integrations. YouTube, of course, wants you to use its own live stream, but its own live stream is so limited. Like when I share a screen, it freezes the screen for my viewers for like 5 minutes, and then it catches up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go here. And then for those of you watching, we got one more thing to do. So I got to go to live here, and then I got to go into the control room, and then I got to check everything's good here. Everything looks good. Enable auto start. There's already someone in the chat. Who's in the chat? I don't know. But this, I'll monitor it here.
Okay.
So now we're
Cool.
good. Okay, so now I'm on chess.com. So, if we're this is so interesting. We're gonna play the hand brain stuff. I guess we'll just have to set up a
Well, so what we can do is, so if we, well, okay, do you want to be the brain or the hand first?
um I guess I'll be the hand first.
Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, go to play.
Go to play.
What time control do you want to do
I
it in?
guess we'll maybe what do you think? Like do you think a 10-5 is good for this or maybe a little longer like a 15-10?
I mean, it's just a matter of preference.
Okay.
I mean, I I I'm happy to do it in any sort of 15:10 is completely
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Okay,
But
cool.
so go to make sure to, yeah, you have to go to custom and change
Yeah,
the
make sure to change it so there's no rating, huh?
yeah, unrated.
Yeah. So for those
Um,
of you watching, this is unrated. Okay, we're just having fun. So this is why if you guys wanna, so I'm making it, well, making it clear. Okay, yeah, I'm unrated, unrated, making it
yeah,
clear. Okay, unrated.
and
So
then
everything's
random, that should
good.
be fine.
Random's fine. Okay.
Mhm.
So everyone, I can interact with you guys in the live chat now because again, this is unrated. Okay, making sure it's unrated.
Yeah.
So we're here.
Yeah, I
So
don't know how many
unrated.
people play 10:5, so
Mm-hmm.
um
Especially unrated. So we might have
yeah.
to go up
We can
to
also, I mean,
15.
we can do 10:0. It shouldn't be.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if it's unrated, right? It might as well.
Yeah.
Maybe just do 10-0. I like
Yeah.
10-5 because the fact that it counts down completely sometimes stresses me out. So,
It is a bit stressful, yeah. You can also
yeah.
play like a 5-5 or 5-3 for a little bit quicker
Ooh.
games.
Okay, cool.
But if you
Do,
prefer rapid, that's also fine.
okay, let's see if anyone's on 10 and then if needed we'll jump to 5-5 or 5-3. So
Sure, yeah.
making sure it's unrated. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Wow. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so you're the hand, so okay, I'll say pawn first. Okay. You're already in an opening I don't play. This is fun.
Oh no, you
No,
are
I
a
love.
queen's pawn opener.
Oh, they
What?
aborted. That's
I guess
sad.
because it's unrated, right? So he don't
Yeah.
matter. Now, if I press this, it's still unrated, right?
Yeah, I would still be
Okay,
unrated.
okay, still unrated. Oh, there we go. Okay. I guess he didn't
No,
want to
don't
play
feel
against the king's pawn either.
feel free to play King's. I enjoy playing everything. This
Okay,
is
cool.
all right. Pawn. Okay. Knight. Four knights. Okay, so I'll say knight as well.
Oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this is four knights.
Hmm.
Oh, Halloween Gambit. Okay.
Halloween Gambit.
So knight.
Oh shit.
Do you know the
Um.
theory here? I know some theory.
I don't. I know you're not technically supposed to take that knight.
No, you can take
You
this knight
can.
here.
Okay, I'll do that
I mean, I
then.
didn't say that because it's hand and brain, but yeah,
Yeah,
you can take the knight.
exactly.
Um, I don't know why they're thinking if they're playing the Halloween Gambit. It's
Yeah.
pretty.
Maybe they misclicked.
Maybe they
Oh,
just straight
there
up
it is.
blundered. Okay,
There
no,
it
they
is.
do. Okay, so knight here.
Okay. Let's see. I
Let's see.
believe it's this.
Okay, that's the best move.
Okay, good, good. Okay.
Um, and then here, let's see if this person knows what they're doing here. This
Mhm.
is the tricky part. Is if you don't know what you're doing here is black. If white can no, okay. D5. That's a interesting move. Okay, let me think. Mhm. Hmm. All right. Bishop.
Hmm.
Okay. I feel like if I'm streaming, like if we're streaming, I'm supposed to talk as well, which is it's kind of funny. It's kind of a little counter to chess.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
usually, but so far I
That's
think
true.
you've played every move I was thinking of.
Okay, good to
Um,
know.
the move there for white is e5. D5 is a bit strange because it doesn't really accomplish like the point of. Okay, wow, it's
Oh,
aggressive. Knight.
yeah.
All right, tactics, good, nice
I've been
spot.
working on my pins,
Uh,
so.
all right, queen.
Oh, I know what you were saying. I should have thought about it for a second. I see.
Mm, No, queen there is fine too.
It's
That's
okay.
it.
Yeah.
The problem is okay. So the problem with queen h4 is that after g3 you can't take with the knight like usual because it's pinned.
I see.
Um, knight.
Hmm.
Let's see. There's a couple. There's two different moves here you can play.
Yeah.
Well, there's more than two different moves, but there's. Uh, I'm not saying anything. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's think about this.
This is a little
Hmm.
bit of a tactic. What I just said.
I see. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's this. We'll see.
Yeah, that is the move I was thinking of.
Because I played something like this during chess
Okay,
club the other day.
knight,
Ooh.
knight, and now your knight gets out of danger.
Wow, look. Oh, I
Oh,
got this. I
bishop.
got this yesterday. Oh, sorry. I totally played with that. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I would have said bishop, but yeah.
Oh,
It
shit.
resigned.
Okay.
Nice. All right.
Okay.
All right.
That was
Do
cool.
you want to switch sides now?
Yeah, sure. Let's switch sides. That was really
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, it's fun. So do I share my screen now? How does it
Yeah,
work?
let me see how we do it. Do you have admin privileges? If not, I'll give you admin privileges.
Let me see.
This is something that I have to figure out again how to do. Oh, you got
Did it
it.
work? Cool.
Yes, I can
Okay.
see it. Okay.
All right, let me just okay. All right, do you want to try a 5 minute game?
Yeah, sure.
Um, you'll have to go a little fast since there won't be bonus, but we'll see.
Sure.
All right, unrated. I've
Okay.
played against some like 2600s before in unrated blitz because
Pawn.
you get like anyone and
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Oh, sorry. I thought we started. I got so
Oh,
excited. I thought
pawn.
we
Oh
started.
yeah. No one's playing 5 minute, huh?
I like that you have the chess.com like Lee Chess. You have the same layout.
Like, what do you mean? The colors
The
or the
colors,
link?
yeah, you have it like Lee Chess.
Oh yeah, this is just the colors I like. Okay.
Oh, pawn.
All right, let's test. Let's play. All right.
Knight. Ooh. I don't know the
Yeah,
Sicilian.
I'm testing it. This is also it's a fun way to learn openings.
Yeah, it really is. Wow. Let's see. Pawn.
This is theory.
Oh, good. Okay. Let's see. Uh, Knight. Yes.
Scramble.
Yes.
Oh, that's not a very good move. What he played.
Ooh. Yeah, I would have.
Oh,
I would
sorry, I
have
didn't
taken with
wait.
that. Oh, it's okay. I would
Okay.
have
Well, you
taken.
would have said
Yeah,
pawn, I
I would have
assumed, so
said
I didn't
palm. Yeah.
lose a full piece. So,
Yeah.
um,
Let's see. Pawn.
okay. By the way, the opponent should not have taken here. This was not a. I
Oh.
mean, it's a move, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, you have to say the piece.
Let's see. Bishop.
Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we're down a pawn right now because we were trading there
Oh. Okay. I
because
see.
he had just taken a pawn. Yeah, I plays f3. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, we've induced a weakness. So
Mm-hmm.
so you have to say piece again.
Bishop.
Anyways, like I was saying, the theory is not knight takes c6. The theory is to play just knight c3 and defend your pawn on e4.
Oh.
Because
So.
knight c6 kind of just helps black.
Oh, I
Like
see.
in this position, taking is kind of weird.
Oh, I see.
De Razan?
Whoa. Okay.
What? Who's that? What
I
is
guess
this?
maybe he realized he shouldn't have taken, huh?
I mean, no, but you're white's up a pawn. I'm sure white's doing fine here. Yeah,
Yeah.
white's like completely winning DC6.
Because he would have got another pawn.
Yeah, and like takes, knight takes. Well, I'm sure you can win this pawn back, like
Uh
rook
huh.
here.
Uh huh.
But yeah, just knight e3. You're getting absolutely smoked.
Wow, dude, that was the first time I ever played Sicilian. That was awesome.
All right.
Wow,
Do you
that
want to
was
play
awesome.
another one, or do you want
Yeah,
to
sure.
do?
Let's do another one.
Okay. I'll play 3-2 since we'll have some bonus time.
Okay.
That cool?
All right, sure.
Okay. Another rule is that when you're under 15 seconds, you can play on your own.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just because it's so there's not the time of
Uh huh.
wait for someone to say something. All right.
Makes sense. Pawn.
All right. We'll give you E45 this time.
Knight.
I could have tested your Petra there.
That's true. Knight.
Oh, aggressive.
Aggressive.
Didn't you say that you were looking at this line with D4?
I think so.
I mean, this is like Scotch Gambit. It
Yeah,
transposes.
exactly. It did, huh?
Hmm.
Um, let's see. Sorry, taking too long. Uh, Bishop.
Bishop. Um, huh. Okay.
You're like, uh-oh. You're like, uh-oh. Oh no.
Well, you should. The thing is, this pawn here, because it's like Scotch Gambit, right?
Uh-huh.
But this pawn is hanging. So yeah, now he
Uh-huh.
takes, but it's still okay.
Yeah, I see. Knight.
Could have taken here too, actually,
Good
but
taken here, yeah.
it's okay. There's no way to defend this pawn
Mm-hmm.
because it's this. Honestly, I can probably castle first, but I also just have like Queen E7,
Mm-hmm.
and this pawn is being attacked far too much.
Uh-huh.
Did I blunder that? Bishop F7? I completely blundered Bishop F7. Wow.
Oh, because he's got a knight tactic there.
Yeah, wow. I didn't even look at that. All right,
Oh,
well,
wow. Ooh, what the heck? Let's see. Yeah, I
six and
guess
six.
king.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um,
Let's see.
Well, it has to be king. So,
Yeah, it has to be king.
like,
King.
unless you want me to sack my queen for you.
Yeah, exactly. King.
Um, that is unfortunate. We're still gonna win this pawn though.
Yeah. Oh!
What it's oh my God. Okay, well I've only one legal move. I completely blundered mate. Wow.
Wow.
Hold on. Did that opponent play perfectly? So yeah, here you just need to take. You get I mean, after bishop b4, it's already not a good position. So
Uh,
bishop
okay, so
a5 takes, knight g4 is correct. Bishop f7, yeah, okay, king f7, knight g5. Oh, I just went to the wrong square. That's funny. That's
uh
just me and two.
so you're supposed to go towards the queen?
I should have gone back to e8. I should have
Oh,
I wasn't honestly, I was already like, yeah.
I
F8 and
see.
E8, they're not too different.
So I
E8 is
guess
better, I think, because of
it's
Queen
better.
G4.
Uh-huh.
So, like, first of all, I'm taking with tempo. Let's say Queen goes G3, and then like, okay, I defend my knight, castles, and I think the difference is I just get a rook on F8 in the
Mm.
long run. So maybe I play like H6, kick the knight out, and I put a rook on F8.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was unfortunate. That was a
Mm-hmm.
fun way to lose. All right.
Wow.
Well, I can play another one as hand, or you can we can switch off
Yeah,
and
let's switch. I'll be
all
hand.
right.
I like being hand. It's fun.
It's fun, yeah.
Okay, so let me share my screen now. All right, and then I'll make
Yeah.
sure we'll try a 3-2 like the one you
Yeah.
like. So 3-2 and
If
then
it's too fast for
custom.
you, I don't mind doing rapid as well, but
Okay, no worries. It'll help me kind of like learn to play fast too.
yeah.
So this is a good little.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Pawn. You can play king spawn too. Don't
Okay,
feel the
cool.
need to play queen spawn. All right, pawn. Oh,
Hmm, you said pawn, huh? Hmm.
okay. That's a move.
Mhm.
Knight,
Let's think about this one too.
bishop. Okay. This is a real thing. Mm, king. But also yeah, castling is a king move. This just
Oh,
what
cool.
so when I say king, you can okay. D5. Hmm. All right. Now we think. Pawn. That is the move I was thinking about.
Nice.
What we played here is kind of called a collie system. It's a
Collie.
very kind of safe way to play
Hmm.
e6. Knight. Um, opponent kind of played like a Malakov rather system,
Uh-huh.
but not really. But yeah, okay. The point of playing like this with white, well, usually you put the pawn in c3, but our opponent allowed it to go. Okay, bishop. Our opponent allowed c4. Ooh, okay. Hmm. Pawn. Hmm. Knight. Uh, knight. Okay. Um, let's test the endgame skills. Queen. Objectively, probably not the best move because you've given away the file, but all right, now bishop. Okay, that's a fine move. You have to in all these positions. You always have to look at if the knight for the bishop, if the doubling of your pawns is going to be an issue long term.
Oh, makes sense.
It's probably not really a big deal in this position.
Bish.
Um, yeah, this end game is actually quite a bit worse than I thought it would. Wow, it's aggressive. V5, man. Okay. Hmm. Rook. Okay, nice. Bishop. All right. Now this position looks a little bit suspicious. Hmm. For black. Knight C4. It's a good move though, actually.
Yeah.
Um. All right. Knight. Hmm. So this is okay. Knight takes B2 looks like it wins a pawn
Makes sense.
because after knight
Yeah.
B2, bishop B2. Okay,
Oh,
because after
scary.
knight B2, bishop B2, um, they can take on B2 with their bishop. But after in
Hmm.
that position, you have rook B1. And after like bishop C3 attacking your knight, you have like knight E4, and you're winning the B5 pawn, which is why that was kind of a weird move.
Hmm.
So that's okay for us.
Hmm.
Let's go. Mm, rook. Sorry, but and when you get under 13 seconds, you can make your own moves.
Okay.
Just get out of that annoying pin. Knight. Uh, bishop. All right, you can make your own moves now.
Cool.
Oh no, you're knight.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, fudge! Fudge monkeys! Oh
It's
no!
okay. Yeah.
It's okay.
Let's see if they take the rook. Oh, they did
Yeah.
take the rook.
Okay.
Dang it. Okay. Well. Okay. 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 We- All right. Never resign. Oof, never. Yeah. Okay. Good. When in doubt, run your king forward. Okay. They don't take free pawn. Okay. Okay. Refusing to take. Okay. They took one of the pawns.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, you're gonna flag play. No. Okay.
That was
Yeah.
fun. Huh? That was really fun.
Yeah. So one thing in the end game there, what you could have
Uh-huh.
done. I mean, okay, the accuracy is going to be actually not that bad. So
Yeah.
opening was fine. This is like a collie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, C4. Okay, good, good. We were playing well. Wow, computer really wants
Oh,
B4.
wow. I
Nice.
see.
Okay, what? Okay, so takes. This is good. Knight C6. And yeah, so okay, that's
Oh,
not.
when you said pawn, you meant that pawn.
Yes, either that or A3 is also a perfectly reasonable move as well to just prevent the knight from coming into B4 ever. Yeah, your opponent
Oh,
allows you to play E4. You really want to play E4.
I
Um,
see. Just
the
take the
reason so
center.
D5 is not bad, like it doesn't lose any material, but it
Mm-hmm.
just give like it kind of just trades all the pieces, and the person who enjoys all the pieces being traded is black. Because
Oh,
black is like if you think about it, black's down a tempo,
down a
right?
tempo. Yeah.
Right. So black wants you to trade all the pieces because in this endgame, like there's no imbalance. Black actually has a 3-on-2 if you look at the pawns.
Ah.
And so that means they're going to try and make a pass pawn on this on the queen side.
Mm-hmm.
And 3-on-2 is easier to make a pass pawn with than a 4-on-3.
Yeah.
Basically, the less pawns there are, the better it is the imbalance. And
Yeah.
then bishop b3 is yeah, bishop b2 is definitely the way to
Yeah.
go
I should
here
have gone
because
there. I see.
bishop b2 allows you to play rook d1 and trade that rook off quite fast. But it's actually and this
Oh,
was the
I
move.
see.
But it's all fine.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop
I
b3
see.
he probably should have taken like almost certainly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
b5 is a wild move. Okay, rook d1 is not good. Why?
Okay.
Let's see. Next move. What does it want? Bishop c2 was the other thing I was going to say, but I didn't see the difference. But
Oh.
what is wrong with rook d1? Uh, bishop e6. Okay, bishop
So
e6.
yeah, basically kind of what we saw, but he didn't do it initially.
Yeah, bishop
Okay.
e6. I mean, it's not obvious it wins a pawn. The point is of rook d1 is that bishop e6 connects the rooks on the back rank, and you don't have
Uh,
time to connect your own rook on the back rank because your bishop is hanging, and so is
that's
this pawn.
fair. That
So
makes
bishop
sense.
e6, if you take their bishop, you get mated, and
Oh.
if you play like bishop d2, you're losing. That's the difference.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But anyways, this position's okay for us. And then yeah, knight d2, knight d2 is not great.
Oh.
Knight
When you
you could have
said
played bishop
knight,
c2.
I
I
realized
meant
you
knight
meant knight
d4
here.
because
Yeah.
knight d4 disconnects this. But
Yeah.
okay, this is still not losing because after
Yeah.
knight takes, so if you go through the line, see, so knight takes here. Yeah, see, knight takes isn't actually that good. Wow,
Uh,
bishop g4 is mysterious, or bishop f5 is a mysterious move. But yeah,
wow.
so after knight takes on b2, you would have exchanged on b2 the bishop for the knight, and then okay, so then your rook is hanging, so you would play rook b1. Like if you go to just if you just make moves in this position, so like
Oh, okay, cool.
take with the knight here.
Okay, here,
It's
here.
black play. So take on
Then
b2.
takes.
On b2, not d2.
Oh, sorry.
So okay,
So take here.
take. All right, and then so bishop b2 here. Okay, knight e4 is also strong, but okay,
And
bishop b2,
oh,
rook
and then
b1.
B1. This is
Yeah,
the
so you
line you were thinking.
yeah, so you're down a pawn here, but it's not so bad because so there's bishop c3 here.
Oh,
This is what I saw. Bishop
I
c3
see.
hitting your
Oh,
knight, and then you play knight e4 hitting the bishop, and this pawn can't be defended.
oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Unfortunately, in this position, after knight e4, black has bishop e4, which is or bishop f5, sorry, which
Right
is a pretty
there.
annoying move, pinning.
Oh,
But I think you have bishop c2 simply, and
mm-hmm.
after a trade, okay, I think they can defend their pawn, but it's probably actually no, they can't defend their pawn because the rook hangs. So yeah, do you see this line?
Yeah,
Bishop
exactly.
c2 here,
So
and
here.
then yeah, and then basically if you take the knight here,
Mm-hmm.
your rook's hanging, so you can't defend. And if you play
I
a6 here,
see.
you take the
Wow.
bishop,
Wow,
or
I
you play
see.
g4 here also.
Yeah, so I guess you saw that line right there.
Yeah, I saw this line. I thought
Uh,
this, but yeah, that's why I was thinking knight d4. Yeah,
oh, I see.
but yeah,
And then
so
oh,
yeah, and see
okay.
the rook hangs, so you can't play c6 or a6 or anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Though to be fair, black does have a tricky move, which is rook d8, and if you take the bishop, you get mated. So after rook
Mm-hmm.
d8, yeah, just king f1.
Wow. So if we go
Rook d8, king
here,
f1, and if
then we go
a6,
here.
yeah. So you are actually the computer finds a way to save the pawn, but this is a draw. Like I mean, black is gonna push because they're a pawn, but everything the bishops are of opposite colors, so if basically if you trade the rook, this is a pretty trivial draw.
Makes sense.
So like basically your next move is bishop c2, rook d1. Like if you look at the engine, bishop c2. You don't even have to rush
Oh.
with rook d1, but bishop c2, put your control the infiltration on the back rank.
Oh, I see. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All
That
right.
makes sense. So you have to go here. Oh, it's black's move, but yeah,
It's
you
black
are.
to move here,
I
but bishop
see.
c2 is coming for white.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
Like for example, here I think the best move is probably b4.
yeah, exactly. Just to
Which yeah,
protect
right. So
this.
it you kind of anchor everything in. So now here
Yeah.
bishop c2.
Ah, yeah, that's what the
That's the way to
computer's
play.
saying too. Dude, you're seeing all the computer like
Yeah.
best moves.
Yeah, well, so this is one of the things where it's like it's not a matter of calculation because you can like have raw calculation here. So you see
Hmm.
rook d1 here is
Yeah.
bishop b3 is also a perfectly good option, which
Uh,
pins the pawn to the f7 pawn to the king, so it can't move. So like
and it still
um
protects this. I see.
yeah, but you can also just play rook d1 there. And the point is
Uh,
either black gives up the file and you infiltrate because your back rank is covered and your king is on f1, or black trades rooks and kind of concedes the draw. Though I mean it's
mm,
still like you have to fight still.
yeah.
But yeah. All right, do you want to do
Wow.
another?
Yeah, sure. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. Mm.
So let me make sure unrated.
It should be still unrated. Yeah.
Yeah, still unrated. Good, good.
If 3-2 is a little too fast, that's all right too, because since you did flag. If you want to play like 10-0, that's all good too.
Yeah. Or is there a 5 minute version? Let's
There
see.
is five. Yeah, there's 5-0
Oh,
right there.
maybe let's try five. Let's
There you
see.
go.
Okay.
See if you find someone.
So 5 minutes is still blitz.
Yeah, 5 minutes is
Uh,
still blitz. Really,
uh,
anything under 10 minutes is usually called blitz.
blitz. I see.
All right, let's pawn. Really? Okay. That's brave because I'm just telling you the pieces to resign. That's that's one way to respond to this assigned defense.
Yeah, exactly. That was awesome.
Yeah, easy win.
Oh, that was hilarious. I guess some people just don't want to play against it, especially if it's unrated.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow. That is pretty funny.
Yeah.
This picture is from the
Yeah, I was
tournament we
gonna
met
say
at.
you
Yeah.
look very studious. You had
Thank
white.
you. Was there a picture of you?
I don't. Not that I saw. I don't. Maybe I
Oh,
don't know.
okay.
Where did you get it? Just the like.
It was on their official website.
Oh, I never
Yeah.
looked. Maybe.
Yeah. My friend who's in the group also, Michael, who encouraged me to do the tournament, he found it for me.
Yeah. All right, we got a game. Pawn. You can start with e4. You're an e4 player. Um, pawn. Oh, sorry, no, bishop. Bishop. Apologies. Yeah, I'll
Ooh.
let you play the London.
Yay.
All right, let's see what's your opponent's rating?
How do you know? How do you find
Just
out?
click on the name.
Uh, oh.
47. Let's see what this 247 rated Blitz player knows
Uh-huh.
about the London. They're deep in thought.
Yep. He's like, they're supposed to develop their knights first. What's going on?
This is yeah, breaking all the rules. Um, E6. That is a pretty passive move. All right. Let's play pawn. This is the meta way to develop your pieces. Bishop. Okay. Okay, we know our London. This is all right. Pawn. Take towards the center. Nice. Pawn. Let's see. See what we know. Okay, so C3 is a fine move.
Hmm.
Actually, in setups, the general rule of thumb is in setups against the London that like don't make sense, like aren't like for example, knight in front of C pawn is not very good. Blocking in your light square bishop's not very good. Basically, whenever your opponent sets up in a not ideal way in the London, a lot of times the plans will change to E3 and C4.
Oh, I see.
So
So you
E3 you
want
keep the thing is you trade your bishop off as well, so putting the pawn on the dark square. I mean, it's still good. You're putting a lot of pawns in dark squares and whatnot, but
to.
C4 is a pretty strong move there instead.
I see. Makes
Okay, they
sense
play
because.
E5, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, huh. Let's all right, let's go bishop. Nice. You usually put the bishop on D3 in the London, but in this case it makes no sense because E4 and
Mm-hmm.
you just wasted a move basically.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I mean, black is maybe overcommitting, but in this position, bishop G5 makes much more sense. Or bishop B5, sorry, makes much more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Okay, bishop. Pawn. Yes. I was
I
waiting
was
to
just
save the
spotting a
best.
weakness. I'm like, we're gonna come out in exchange. So
Yeah, yeah. So
because that knight was guarding that square basically.
exactly, removing the
Yeah.
defender.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is probably not still not so bad for black because this pawn on e5 is like
Yeah.
a
Yeah. The
terrible pawn.
face. Yeah.
And the but this is like okay, maybe Stockfish can take advantage of the fact this pawn's weak. Queen d7. Okay. Um, hmm. Knight. Nice. Okay. What is the idea of Queen d7? Are they really trying to long castle?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but
Yeah. They
no.
have that, huh?
Okay, knight. This was my idea of nice. So A, we're threatening to take the bishop, which is kind of black's only remaining advantage they have. Classically, bishop better than knight. Um, they definitely still have compensation. Active. Okay, pawn. That's actually even better, I think. I was thinking just take and you're up
Just
a pawn,
take.
but
I see.
yeah, no, knight e6 is
Because he weakened the square basically. No
yeah,
defender.
well it comes with the tempo on the queen, and
Mm-hmm.
it's actually that pawn is extremely strong now, actually. It's a good move. Hmm, That's a problem. I think black might just straight up be lost, actually. Hmm, Maybe not, but it certainly just became a lot more of a headache. Okay. Queen. All right, nice. Good pressure. Yeah, this is not a pleasant position for black to play. Pawn. Actually, wait, sorry. Well, I said
Mm.
it, so I guess you have to play it. Yeah, pawn. It's
Okay.
fine. Discovered check. Yes. All right, very nice. All right, let's see what our opponent plays. Okay, pawn.
Ooh.
Promote to a rook, obviously. No, it doesn't matter. Well, okay, this just went from bad to worse. Knight. Completely
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Resigns. Okay. Nice.
That was an interesting game. So I
Did we have
basically
we had zero blunders, I think, that game.
yeah.
Oh my
But
gosh, we played a 95 accuracy.
now
Okay.
I know like the one thing that we should have done was that pawn should have gone up there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the
see,
computer
engine
agreed
says
with you.
C4. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very
Because like
common idea.
that
Like
makes
this,
sense.
the thing is like basically like against the London, black generally needs to be confrontational. Like that's the best way to play. The
Mm-hmm.
way Black's played is very passive. Like Black's blocked off their bishop. Black, the only pieces Black's moved is a knight, which is in front of a c pawn, which is just not great in queen's pawn
Mm-hmm.
positions. If you can put the d and c pawns together, you just should.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't,
I
then
see.
you can't. But if you can, you should just do it. And then they moved their bishop and traded it, and then are proceeding to put pawns in light squares, which is you want the pawns to be on the color bishop you don't have
You don't have exactly.
because they sort of replace it.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly. Wow. So this will we
Yeah.
just
What
keep
was
piling
our?
pressure.
Yeah, we play. I think we played at 95%. It said. I think. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, then okay, then you break it apart. Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. The idea is to take, and then okay. Yeah. This F4 is common
Oh.
too.
Wow,
It-
so London's had these lines calculated. Wow. Look how many
yeah.
freaking moves, dude. Like
Yeah. This is
London's
the.
theory is advanced.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think this is theory. I think this is
Uh,
just the moves the engine saw.
oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang, look at this.
Yeah. It's
Look
a.
at that.
This is a very engine like way to play this position. Very grandmaster like too. What you do is you
Yeah,
just immobilize. So now if black's just losing a pawn,
I
actually.
see. We're basically, wow,
Yeah.
we're just up a
Completely
pawn.
winning positionally. But yeah.
Wow.
All right, do you
Because
want to
we
switch
have,
off?
yeah, sure. I see we have that. Wow, okay,
Okay.
cool. And at the
Um,
very end,
yeah. And
I
I
see.
think maybe after this one, I'd be interested in like watching you play a rapid game and just hearing your thought
Sure,
process.
I would love to show you that. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. That would help me so much.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll
Let's
stop
play
sharing.
let's play one more of these. And then we can also you can also watch I haven't played rapid in a while, so you can watch me play a rapid
Oh,
game and
that'd be so cool. I would love to watch you play
yeah.
Rapid.
Um all right, unrated. Wait, hold on. Was my last game rated?
Hopefully it wasn't.
I don't think it was. All right. Well, it doesn't matter if not. It's nothing. I can't grind
Yeah.
back. All right. What did we just? All right. Well, we'll see. This time I'll try not to lose in like 10 moves. Okay. This is good training. 17:30. All right.
Whoa. Pawn.
Pawn. This is the slow roll. D3.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Pawn.
This is okay. Yeah, you can put two pawns in the center. You should. Jeez. Okay, this
The
person's playing
heck
some
is
troll.
this? Knight.
Mm,
Hmm, what the heck? Pawn. Knight.
all right.
Bishop.
The question is where to go with bishop. Mm,
Let's see. King. Rook. Pawn. Queen.
That was a strange decision by them.
Yeah. Um, Bishop. Mm, Pawn.
Um,
Let's see, Rook.
that was a terrible bet. I did not think of that move at all. It was silly. Okay.
Pawn.
Mm, I'm almost to the point where I have to play by myself, so I don't lose
Yeah.
on time here.
You said 13 seconds or how many seconds?
Yeah, 13 seconds. Oh,
Okay.
that was the idea. Interesting.
Uh, Pawn.
Pawn. Uh,
Okay, I guess you play now.
oh wait, hold on. Okay, I am below 13 seconds. Okay, I'm just gonna move then. My bishop was hanging there. I don't know about pawn, but this is tense.
Mm-hmm.
Do not have a lot of time here. Mm, yeah, that's annoying.
Nice.
Oh, we got him. All right. That should be pretty easy to win. No attack for you, sir. Oh, trading everything while you're losing, huh? Okay. Mm,
Oh, this is gonna show the the beauty of bishops over knights.
it would definitely will, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can tell. I can tell you're a blitz player, man.
Yeah, it's I've
Yeah.
gotten some practice now.
This is so good. This is so cool to watch.
Yeah. Um, okay. I'll be taking your pawns now. Gobble gobble. No pawn for you.
Man, the knight is so like the knight just does not do well in these end games.
Yeah, it's just very slow comparatively. I mean, if you're down
Wow.
material, knight is not. That is a free pawn.
Wow.
Okay, so still winning.
Wow. And then the king can always escape the knight, man.
Yep. And now it's just completely winning. King
Yeah.
shields. Oh, I could have just taken that. That was a free knight.
Yeah.
Whatever, doesn't matter.
Oh wow, good job, dude. That was so cool to see. It's like you don't realize how bad knights are compared to bishops in these end games until it's a blitz game. because then it's like
Yeah,
holy shit, like he's rushed. But he can't get there.
the less pawns there are on the board, the worse the knight is really. Like,
Wow.
because there are some endgames where you still have quite a few pawns on, and in those endgames, like oftentimes knights can be better than bishops sometimes in those
Mm-hmm.
endgames.
Mm-hmm.
But really, like once you start getting all the pieces off, the knights really just suffer.
Yeah. Wow. It,
Um,
it just took him. He just could never maneuver. That was the thing
yeah.
about this end game.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. So if you go back, like, if we go back a bunch of moves here, right? This endgame here, this endgame here,
Mm-hmm.
completely winning for black. Like, I mean, okay, first of all, I'm up 3 pawns,
Mm-hmm.
but it's completely winning because I have pawns on both sides, right?
Mm.
So the knight is slow, but its slowness is really felt when there's threats on both sides of the board. So what
Yeah.
happened is that like his king has to blockade here because if his king leaves, then I'm pushing these pawns and queening.
Mm-hmm.
And so my king can walk over and he can't do anything about it.
Makes sense.
So here, and I'm just completely winning.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I didn't take a completely free horse. But all right.
Wow.
So do you want to play a game first, or do you want to like listen, watch me play a game and hear my thought
I think
process?
yeah. Let's watch you play a game. Before we do, let me just look at the chat to see if anyone's in the chats. Well, there's people watching. It's just like nobody's. Yeah, guys, feel free to talk. Now that we're gonna play and sort of like actually watch people play now, so we can't really respond to your chats while we play.
Hmm.
But once we finish playing, we can respond to your chat. So before, guys, I guess I should have told people. I did tell people in the beginning, but people tuned in later. Before, you could have talked whenever, and we would have responded because we were playing unrated game. But now that we're playing rated, we can't talk to you during the game. And when I watch Liam, I'm gonna have to like stay silent.
Yeah, I mean
Liam,
they can
I'm.
talk to you. I can't see the chat, I think,
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, so I'll be right back.
All right. All right. I'm gonna play a blitz game while I wait. Patch opening. I should have pre-moved that. That was a terrible pre-move. Very silly. Um, hmm. So we got some weird martial defense. Knight g6, knight b6, castles. Okay. I mean, I don't see any reason this isn't a good move. Play it. E6. All right. Um, castle. Let's not get too crazy. All right. Wants e5 maybe. Yes. Probably simplest thing is to say no e5 for you. Also break in the center maybe. Actually, this looks quite strong.
All right,
Yeah,
we're back.
dude.
I hope you're
What
okay
the
with
hell?
me. I'll
That's
eat a little yogurt while I
yeah.
watch you.
Yeah, I'm just playing a Blitzkrieg my way. My opponent just hung a full piece, and I'm not quite sure what that was, but okay. No questions asked.
Exactly. The first game I played, it was one of those in the tournament where I met you. Like my opponent hung a piece too, and it was like no questions asked type of thing.
This person's like what? Oh, my rating range is still very wide. That's why. Um, I had a nice little trick set there, but they didn't fall for it. Instead, they hung a full piece, which was that doesn't even really have a threat. Let's go b4, undermining this pawn chain here.
I see. You're always attacking the backward pawn.
Yes, definitely. A lot of chess is just about targeting weaknesses.
Hmm. It's so funny
Um,
because like I don't usually see it that fast, but you automatically saw that backward pawn.
yeah, it all comes with experience, like
Hmm.
very much so.
Hmm.
Whoa, trading pieces while we're losing, huh? Interesting, interesting strategy. Very aggressive. Now he's going to play h5, or she, or whatever they, whoever they are. Oh, they're going to play f5. Very interesting. So f5, if I take, there's this. I'm probably still winning because I'm up a full piece anyways. But I think the easiest thing to do is probably just play h4. It's a very common motif, trapping this bishop, but h4 usually gets the job done.
Mm,
Um, okay, they take there, allowing me to take a lot of different things. I'm going to take here and open this rook. Okay, my bishop on h2 is a little boxed in, but this pawn is hanging, this pawn is hanging. Okay. No. So there's a concept here called an umbrella pawn, where when
mm,
a pawn sneaks up on you and takes here, you don't have to take it. This kind of shields you from the attack is
shields
the
you.
idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's not probably that necessary here, but I will play this move, which is interesting. Forking, and I might retake with the rook, and now he
Mm,
can't take my pawn. Or, okay, so they're trying to checkmate me. I'm going to take with check, and then I'm going to take with the king, and I will be up multiple pawns. I think I'm up a pawn and a bishop, so
well,
should be enough material. Um, okay, goes for a counterattack. Now I can throw in this check. King will go here. I think it's probably just better. I'm just gonna take this pawn. Okay, they go for that one. Now probably check. And okay. There's a what is the way I want to do this? All right, let's just advance the pawn. I'm not too worried about rook g4 because I can just walk with my king. Probably here is good. I don't really see the difference offhand.
mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. Let's, man. Well, we are a little low on time, but it's okay. I'm not going to flag, so
He's low on time too, so.
yeah, it should be fine. Okay. Um, okay, here I'm patrolling this check here. It's
Uh,
patrol with the pawn too, but just keeping an eye on all the dark squares. Okay, trading there is insane, but not just run my pawn. Um, here. Mm, but this move is a little funny. If you take, it's check. Okay, and
oh,
we're
he
just gonna go
saw that.
here.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's not too okay. Sacrifices,
Oh, wow.
remove the whole thing. All right, and the easiest way to win the my flags, but easiest way to win, put your rook here, put your rook actually in this case, put your rook here, put your rook there. Hmm, no, I lied. Put your rook here, move your king, and then just bring the king and mate.
Makes
You can
sense.
you can
Just
also promote the pawn. I mean you
yeah.
can cut the king. Oh, actually, no. Easiest way is definitely to give this check and then cut the king off in the back rank. But yeah.
Mm,
All right,
makes
so a rapid game. I haven't played rapid in a bit.
uh,
Um, I guess I suppose we'll do 10 minutes because no one
mm-hmm.
plays 15-10 at my rating. Like actually, I just never get games. Okay, so I'm gonna start with d4, queen's pawn. Okay, so knight of 6, c4. This is my repertoire, is what I play. Okay, this is the Budapest Gambit. So here you take. This is theory, which I'm not talking. Oh wow, they play this line. Okay, so here, the best move is a3. I know this to prevent this. Bishop c5, I think, is played. And I play e3. That's kind of okay. That's a move, I guess. So now I'm gonna like start talking because I don't know the opening anymore. Wait, isn't this just a fork? I know. I guess there's just bishop b7, X-ray defense. Um, uh, so what I'm thinking about here is knight c3. I want to trade off his piece here, or their piece, but I'm a little bit suspicious about entering this pawn structure here. Um, so that's why I'm thinking I could probably play e3 here. It's probably decent with an idea to just move my bishop. Okay, yeah. Now I'm just going to develop my knight. Simple chess, as they say. I was actually excited because I was going to show my repertoire against the Budapest Gambit, but this is not. This is kind of a weird line of the Budapest. The main line is knight to here instead, attacking the
Oh,
pawn. And I play a very interesting move there, e4, giving back the pawn to play f4 and attack the knight a bunch, and you basically just get a huge lead in development. But
well.
right now we're just up a pawn, and basically in positions like this where you're up a pawn, generally, okay, so in rapid and blitz, it's you just think simplify. In classical, you think simplify correctly because I don't want to simplify into a draw in endgame. Like, okay, for example, if every single piece got traded off the board except for this rook and the kings and the pawns still, it's pretty simply a draw because I'm like this pawn is these two pawns are not really felt. Like the way you win when you're up pawns is you make a pass pawn, a5. But it's very hard to make a pass pawn with this structure. So okay, so a5 I suppose is trying to play a4. Maybe preventing b4 is the idea,
Mm-hmm.
which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
I could play knight d2 here, just try and trade off this bishop. Oh, this knight rather. I could play bishop d3 here, but I don't know actually. I like knight d2, just making sure it doesn't block or anything. Yeah, knight d2, and now I have a kind of interesting idea to put my knight here and then my other knight here. It may not be the best way to play, but I think it's a pretty solid way to play. And against people who are playing a gambit like this, oftentimes they want a big attack. And practically speaking, the most useful thing for you to do is to play kind of don't let them have any fun. Okay, they play knight d4 or sorry, I want to play knight d4. They played knight c5. No, knight c5. I imagine they're looking at this square in some lines. Maybe they're going to play yeah. I bet the idea is a4 knight b3. Interesting. So what if I just play knight b3? What's the idea? Is there idea to take? So is there idea to take? Queen takes, bishop takes, and their point is you have a dumb structure. Maybe. But am I so scared of that? The issue is if I do something else, like let's say I play bishop b2 to defend this knight, I think they're going to play a4. And then they're going to get knight b3 again. And takes. Actually, well, now that I'm looking at it, maybe there just isn't anything here. I was thinking there might be some tactics with the rook opening, but there's just straight up not. Hmm. So it's just a question of do I want to allow a4? So let's see here. Let's calculate a line. This is how I think. I try it. So you have something called your I've heard a GM call it like your minimal continuation. Like at the very least, I have this. So at the very least, I have knight b3 takes, and queen e7 there maybe. Probably can just play queen c3 and knight c6, f4, and my light scores are a bit weak, but I still have a light square bishop, and they don't. Alternatively, I can play bishop e2, a4, and I guess knight d. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for knight b3 because this g2 pawn is weak if I move the bishop, and somehow I don't believe in the fact that you can just give up your only other active piece. So I'm pre-moving the sequence because it's all forced. It's just taking and taking. All right, and I assume they're gonna take an f3. Yeah, okay. Okay, they play knight c6 first. Is there a difference this move? I mean, I can still just play queen c3, I think. Wait, is there like some knight here takes, bishop takes? Oh, that's so tragic. Queen c3, there's knight b4, and if you take the knight, you lose your queen. That's heartbreaking. Okay, I'll just play f4. Actually, wait, hold on. Is there f4, queen e7? No, because okay, it's blocked. I almost got a little bit of a heart attack there. Queen c3, knight b4 is a very sad thing to allow. I don't actually know that I mean, like, the thing is, if I take, I lose, but if I don't take, I don't actually know what it's threatening. But, I mean, it just looks a little nasty allowing the knight to just live here. So I'm gonna play a four. And I'm just saying, hey, I'm up a pawn, and you trade your light square bishop, and I have a light square bishop. So I have the bishop pair. I have an extra pawn. Okay, my structure is a little bit bad, but prove advantage. Show me the advantage if you have one, which I don't think black does. Um, yeah, because I mean, for example, right now, like, what does black do? Like, that's a very useful way to think in longer games. Is like, what if I was my opponent, what would I do? And you can even flip the board. Black has like no moves. Like you can't really move any of your pieces around. I mean, bishop c5 maybe because it's a okay, like develop a piece to a square. But then, okay, bishop g2 maybe, pinning this to the rook, and okay, castles, maybe king e2, right? There's a lot of ideas there. But the point is eventually, like, okay, black can develop a piece in castle, but then what? Rook e8, like what is black gonna do? Like the only way black makes progress is with the pawns. And because they played a5, and I didn't allow a4, which actually in this position a4 is probably a pretty good move. Um, so I actually could play a4 myself next turn, wouldn't be half bad. Though it does give like the square here. But either way, the only way you make progress is with your pawns. And the pawn breaks, you always have to look at this in the position. That's sort of the first thing you should look at is where are the pawn breaks, because that's how the position will transform. So a4 is not a pawn break because a pawn break is a pawn move that like targets another pawn, induces like a set of induces a change in the overall structure. This okay, he plays this. Um, now I can play this, and if yeah, so I think just queen c3 here is good enough. Um, and so now okay, the structure is slightly different. Interesting to target that, I suppose. That's a very mysterious move, I have to say. I'm thinking bishop d2 to just line up a cannon there. To be fair, okay, this does unpin after bishop to g2, which is very interesting. That's a fascinating move. Okay, 5. It might be like one of the best moves now that I'm looking at it. It didn't even cross my mind. Like I saw a4, I did not see a4 rook a5, but it's interesting. All right, let's just play solidly. Because again, like, okay, rook a5 is an interesting move, but what are you gonna do? I mean, you could play this, I suppose. This is an idea, d5. That's probably where your play needs to come from, right? Because it's a pawn break, and any pawn break here and here. So any pawn break here, I'm just taking and I'm up a pawn. But d5, there is en passant, and you activate your bishop, and you probably have some compensation for your pawn that you've lost. But you are down a pawn. And wait, sorry, you don't activate your bishop. I'm lying. Takes, queen takes. There's just nothing in that position. All right, bishop here. So now an interesting move is this, e6. And if takes, and then you have to play rook f8, and you're losing another pawn. E6 is very much my style. The problem is, what if you just ignore? Okay, well then I take, and then rook takes. I mean, I'm not sure how useful it is. Maybe bishop d3 instead. Though, here castles, whenever my queen moves, it is a discovered attack on this rook. That is one thing. So, okay, castles, and let's say it takes, rook takes. I don't have any useful discoveries. But what if I play bishop d3 here, setting up a threat that if castles, I just back my queen up and I'm hitting this pawn and this pawn, or sorry, not in this pawn, and this rook. So the rook is hanging and this pawn it would be hanging with check. So black can't castle. So a way to think there is it's a lot of chess of sort of figuring out the right plan. Because in a position there might be a million plans. The way I decided on this one is I thought if I was my opponent, what I want to do, I would want a castle, like develop and like try and strike back, maybe play, I don't know, like on the queen side, F6 now. Ah, that was idiot. Bishop B7. Okay. And oh wait, sorry. Is there not takes here winning a pawn? Yeah, sorry. So I don't see the issue with takes. Sorry, you basically working backwards, think what does my opponent want and how can I prevent that? So sorry, what is the issue with takes queen c set, queen c2? So this pawn is hanging, but the rook is also hanging. So you can go there, but then I have I mean, okay, I can take on a4, I guess. Oh, we're both low on time. All right, let's just play quicker. I can't. All right, queen c2. I'm sure there's something in this position that defends everything. Like even rook a8, like taking here is maybe a bit ambitious. But honestly, like I don't see anything. You might be able to sack the rook and then take here, but my position is very solid. I doubt that any like sacrifice like that is working. Um, yeah. And also remember at the end, my opponent is down a pawn. So at the end of this, and they've just improved my structure. These F pawns are I would say an improvement over. Oh, well, I mean, objectively they're an improvement because I have one less set of double pawns. Um, double pawns a good way to think about like if they're a long-term weakness. Well, first of all, if they're isolated, they're definitely just a long-term weakness. But you should think about if you can push them with the pawns around them. So these were two sets of isolated pawns here, but long term it was gonna be pretty easy to just go like this and push all my stuff. All right, I am going to take. I don't believe that you have anything there. And now I am threatening to check you. Um maybe I should have played Queen E4 there. I didn't think very long there. All right, that's okay. All right, and now I'm just gonna take control of the diagonal. My logic being I'm up 2 pawns, I would like to trade pieces. And I'm gonna probably long castle because my king feels like it'd be a little bit weak here. There's a lot of open squares. Whereas here there are some open squares, but his own pieces are kind of getting in the way. So there's definitely, I mean, it's gonna be a little bit dangerous no matter where I go, but I think long castles is probably the safest place. What? Okay. That's so I don't know that I want to take. I think I might want to just keep this tension. Um, what if I just bring my bishop back? Ah, so here there is bishop takes, and I have to take with the pawn because I would lose the defense of this. So actually, hmm, man, I don't really want to. Maybe okay, maybe I just play. Let's play something safe. See, and now we're both getting into the time scramble with no bonus time. So this is where the accuracy is going to go insane. So what my plan is to just try and stay solid. Um, yeah, I'm not so sure about trading this bishop. It's definitely a possibility. And I'm also not sure about playing with the pawns here. I mean, obviously in this position, this would be a blunder. But I mean, I do have e4, which is an interesting in all these positions. But I don't know if I need to play it yet. Like, it's just the pawns are no longer all defending each other. But eventually, like, to make progress in this position, I'm gonna have to play with the pawns. Okay, once knight b3. I just kind of want to take. Yeah, let's just take and play e4. Probably not the best objective decision, but with this amount of time on the clock, this is what I'm going for. I have I have more space in the center. I don't. I just have to not blunder something. So. Hmm. And honestly, in this position, I'm thinking king e2. Like it's a bit strange, but long castle, this is probably fine too. Okay, that's a move. Can I just do this though and kind of like no, but then there's that. That's not fun. Okay. What about instead long castles? I'm just gonna play it. Everything's defended. Now I am threatening e6. Well, I don't know if threat is the right word. but it kind of removes the bishop from the game. But also I can just play f3. Like this pawn is now no longer like near my king. And it's pretty hard to attack because in order to attack, you want to open the queen side. But to do that, you have to get this move in, and you're just simply never achieving that move. Because like, okay, let's say you play c6. I can probably play this. If you want to go for this now, I mean, takes, takes, takes. You can't. Okay, and they're definitely going to lose some time because they're down, down almost 2 minutes on the clock. But also, whenever this is another thing about the rook being on a5 is that okay, probably queen here is correct. Maybe. Mm, yeah, let's just go queen here. Um, wow, blitzed out. Just go. Let's just do this. Okay, my bishop is garbage right now, but I'm mostly playing the clock here. I'm just trying to play easy, solid moves. So, um, oh, also this move is an admission that you'll never. Okay, now I'm gonna force a queen trade, and I'm giving back this pawn, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I think they should take here, and then takes. Okay. Oh wow, they do that. Okay. Plant a rook here. Um, let's play. Hmm. How do I do this? Let's do this. And let's bring the king up. Yes, no, no pawn for you. Oh, that pawn for you. Whoops. It's okay. I'm still up a pawn. Uh, they're trying to go into the opposite color bishop endgame. That's pretty smart, but they flagged. Yeah, I didn't convert that perfectly. We can look at the game. But
Wow.
I was mostly playing the clock there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Oh, it's gonna take a second to load up. So this is all good. This is a very weird line. So the line that I was talking about earlier that I play, it's this very interesting line e4. And after takes f4, for example, if your opponent goes back this way, they're already just like much worse, like almost losing. Just nice e3. Let's say there's bishop b4. Let's say bishop here. Queen h5 is an idea. There's also some positions where, like, okay, bishop b4, knight e2. Where is the line? Is h4 here? No, not h4 here. H4 in this position is even interesting. Or sorry, in this position. Here, yeah, one of the best moves. And if takes, so you play a queen h5, or sorry, f5 first, queen h5 is also good. And the knight has to go back or be defended. And yeah, bishop e3, you calmly develop down a pawn, and you're like minus +3 already.
Wow. And
But anyways, yeah, let's
he's
check the actual
all
game.
stuck there. Wow, that's a really cool line.
It's a very interesting line. So here,
Wow.
I didn't know this line at all. Okay, b6 is a move. Interesting. I thought the move here was bishop c5. I guess no, bishop c5 makes no sense. a5, I guess, is what I would expect. But b6, okay. And then e3 is a mistake. Okay, I mean it's a mistake. It goes from +1 to slightly better for white. So what am I supposed to play here? Knight f3 first, and what's the difference? Ah, they want me to play like a Catalan, like against the Queen's Indian or something like that. Okay, that makes sense. See, this is how you learn from openings. You see, okay, so against this line, the best way to set up is to put your bishop here. But okay, the position's still decent for me. And right away, a5. I said in the game, that's like, this is a strange move. Because if you saw what happened in the game is the play kind of got halted. Okay, so knight d2. Knight d2 is an inaccuracy. I got a little bit fancy here. I was thinking just bishop d3, but I wanted to get this plan in. But yeah, knight c5, that was a very good move I found. It really halts my plan because my plan kind of hinges around the fact that this knight is a target, and knight c5 is a very precise move. Um and knight b3, okay, knight b3 is inaccurate. It wants b3. I saw this move, but this is like really hard to play. I mean, I guess you're just gonna play bishop b2, but I don't know. Like knight b3, take. Yeah, see, and I knew he was gonna go for this too. Yeah, see, okay. I evaluated this position correctly. This position is completely winning for white. Um, it's +2. So I was right to go into this position. It's just instead in this uh knight ba6. Okay, I did not seriously consider that. The point is I'm gonna get a4 whether you like it or not. Well, or you can play b3. But then yeah, d6 is how it wants to play. So here already, if you take, you're just worse because the development of your opponent. So like for example here, knight b3, pawn's hanging, and if you try to defend it, like I take and it's pinned. So that was why that was wrong. But okay, we went into this position where I'm like much better. Okay, f4 is correct. Queen c3 is fine. Okay, yeah, rook a5 is a bit much. And I played the best move, bishop d2. Just basically being like, why is your rook on that square? I'm gonna move and hit it. So bishop b7, bishop d3 is fine. f6 is excellent. This is the best the engine can do. Just lose another pawn. Okay. Yeah, I guess for some activity, it gives up another pawn, but yeah, okay. Wow, this is a bishop c3. This very natural move is inaccurate because of knight a5. What? What is? Sorry, why knight a5? I mean, we had got this in the game, but okay. In this position, takes rook takes. This is like kind of what we had in the game. But yeah, bishop d3. Whoa, e4 is a blunder to rook h4. It just loses the pawn. What is the point? Bishop g5, and you're just stuck in the middle. Wow. Wow. Queen e2 here. Queen e5. Wow, this is insane.
That's like
H.
an engine thing, huh?
Yeah, you just can't move here. This is okay. Okay, and this is to. I actually said it before I played this move. I don't know if I want to play with my pawns yet because it's kind of locking this bishop out. And it's apparently I was locking this bishop out, but I mean I didn't see rook. I mean I saw rook h4. I didn't see the idea of just like tying your pieces down. Yeah, but bishop d4 is fine too, and you're black's back in the game, but long castles, queen f6, queen d2. Okay, this is correct. Rook h4, but just f5. Yeah, c5 is not good. C5, like you never have any hope of achieving this, which is really where you should be getting your play. Queen h6, and let's force the queen trade. And then after f3, yeah, rook h3. And you're very passive. If you play rook here, rook c5, and king d1, rook c6. Okay, it's a draw because white can't make progress. White has to repeat moves, basically. You just can't move. See, if you see a very interesting thing here, I'm blockaded here. So like I could go here, but then bishop b2. So if I go here, b5, I can't in the attack. So king b1, the most logical move. This bishop is now hanging. So this pawn can't move, this pawn can't move, this rook can't move, or this pawn hangs. This pawn can't move, this pawn can't move because it gets taken, and this pawn can't move. So that is the engine's defensive setup. That was not found because my opponent had 30 seconds, is not an engine. I have to just play. Okay, I just played this to force the queen trade. Okay, yeah, this is a miss because of rook g6 just wins on the spot. Because rook g6, queen e7. F, oh no, sorry. What did rook g6? F4. Okay, I mean it makes sense. Okay, you see, the top idea of the engine is just to give up the b pawn for activity to play c4, and then it takes queen e4, and it's a draw.
Wow.
Yeah, that's no humans playing b4, b5, c4. But okay, what I did is still winning, I think. Oh, no? What? Oh, he has the wow. Wow. I completely took my eye off B2. That's so funny. Yeah, so it's kind of like a desperado sacrifice. You ever heard the term? So
Yes,
it's like
I
I'm gonna
did
lose
it
this.
once during the competition. So
Right. So it's like I'm gonna lose this. I might as well take something on the way out. Usually it's you're taking something with the piece you're gonna lose. But the point is you just take with check before I trade. And the funny thing is, oops. The funny thing is this endgame is worse for white despite being up a pawn. But okay, here I'm
Wow.
just up a pawn and I make quick moves and yeah. Mistake. Rook A8. Holy, that's funny. Yeah, okay. This, but I don't know why the engine thinks this is. What is the? I blockade. Rook A2. I'm losing a rook, obviously. Okay, but like,
Oh, you get skewered.
yeah, but like, okay. What if I just go here? B5. What? Rook F3. Sorry, why is B5 necessary? Okay, that was just engine being insane. Okay, what if I go here? Ah, well, that's why. Boop. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's the end of these games are never the most important part to watch because my opponent had like 10 seconds, so I was mostly just flagging them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was an interesting game.
Wow. Wow, that
Um,
was cool. It was really cool to see you think through it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a back and forth game.
Yeah.
I didn't play
Vasanta
as
says
accurately as I
hi.
should
Yeah.
have.
Vasanta, I'm here with Liam, so
Mhm.
thanks for watching, Vasanta.
Yeah, I should have played much. I love that Black has higher caps despite losing the game. Just because in the end game I kind of just started doing whatever to win the clock. Um, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, I can play a blitz game, or you can play a game and I can watch. Up to
Sure,
you.
let's watch you play a blitz game real quickly.
Play a blitz game.
Yeah.
You want me to play 3-0 or 3-2? How time screws
Whichever
it.
you're most comfortable with.
I mean, I play with both. 3-0
Okay.
is mostly what I play online, but 3-2 is, I mean, it's always easier to play with extra time. So
Yeah, makes sense.
whichever you
Okay, 3-2. Let's watch you play
3-2.
3-2.
Okay.
Yeah.
This way you won't watch me flag in a winning position, which is usually what I do in 3-0. All right, London. All right, you can see my repertoire against the London. I mean, I know a couple things. Okay, C3 is kind of inaccurate on this move. It's not terrible, but it needs to be okay. It needs to be accompanied with that move, which my opponent played, which is okay. That's impressive. hmm Uh, I forget the line here. I don't play this. I don't. Very few people know that this is the first move. Actually, like a shockingly few number of people. All right, let's go for the bishop pair. All right, I'm not too worried about this. I mean, there's an open H file, but I also don't have to castle immediately. Like I can, if I have to decide where I want to put my pieces. Bishop d4 looks natural to just pin this, and now there's no h3, which is the advantage of having traded like I did. This is, yeah, okay. So moves out of the pin. Sorry, does this blunder a bishop? No, I guess not, but okay, you just go back, but it seems like not the move you want to be playing this position. Also, there's an idea to take, and if takes, I have this, which is a very nice, be nice for me. But if takes, then takes like this, I think. But even still, this actually seems like pretty good for me because I'm getting some e5 in. The question is, do I want to play e5 immediately or maybe play a bit more sober? I'm gonna play the rook c8 to start. I feel like this can't be a bad move. And this is very common in London. Sometimes you just delay castling until your opponent castles as both colors. Because if I castle kingside, I might just get murdered. That's a good move. I actually kind of have to castle now. I can play queen b6 first. Knight here, I can just take. There's nothing, no tactic. So probably, I imagine white wants to just take here. Um, okay, that's a move too. But maybe a6. Don't I just have a6? I'm kind of just forcing the issue on you. Yeah, I'm not so sure about this. So you're giving up the bishop for the knight, and I'm like, what is your queen doing here? You have b2 is hanging, so you have to do something with that. There might be like c4 here though, something crazy, but probably not, because the rook defends this pawn. Whew. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But like, can I just go like rook b8 here? Just like calmly go back. Um, it all looks interesting. I can play bishop back to d7 to play fc5 and get evict the queen. Um, let's play rook b8. Sometimes the barbaric approach is the way to go. Okay, queen there obviously makes sense. And now, honestly, like maybe I just like okay, e5. My king's in the open. I really don't know about allowing it about this. But what about bishop f8? This is a funny move. I kind of like this though. This queen is almost trapped. Because if you're going here, um, I mean, I move out with tempo, so there's just probably something decent in the position for me. But even queen c7, like your queen has to go this way now. So, and this creates the threat of e5. And e5 with tempo on tempo, you're getting steamrolled, I think. So I get e4 in. I maybe even could take. Oops, takes a lot of stuff. Interesting. So they don't want me to get e5 on tempo. I want to take. Interesting. But I still just have this, no? Um, interesting. You know what I could do here? I could take. And if knight takes here, now I'm winning a pawn. Takes, and if pawn takes, this is long term almost always a weakness. But I don't know that I want to be playing for just like weakness in this position. So let me just play e6. And I think I also after queen here, I could take c5. And on takes, I probably just have like rook b5 and I'm winning the pawn back. And I mean, it's at the very least, it's just a very nice endgame for me. The only thing is I have to make sure this bishop doesn't get trapped because it has like very few moves. But I don't see it with the trap. Wow, that was not what I was expecting. Okay, so now I'm short on time, so I'm gonna play a little bit quicker. I'm giving up this pawn here, but okay, yeah, this is undefendable. Let me play c5 first. I think this is precise. These double pawns here are not scaring anyone. It wasn't probably the most accurate way to play, but I do only have 27 seconds, so okay. Here, let's hope he goes knight b3 and hangs c2 or f2. And g3 actually. Knight b3 is an impressive move. It hangs two pawns. Two pawns in one move that's impressive. All right, takes doesn't do that. Um, wait, hold on. Check. You're almost getting mated. It's only legal move. What? They're thinking on their only legal move. Um, okay. Yeah, I think this is dead loss for away now. Oh, that was with check. I forgot. I moved my bishop. Okay. It's probably not dead loss anymore because I hung all that. But now we're in the time scramble, so we'll see what happens. Um, but even still, I have pretty realistic chances. Takes. Okay. Oh, ha 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 ha. Okay, I have this move though. Yeah. But here probably is good enough. Then here. Okay, did I just go for this endgame? Okay, well this endgame is pretty defendable, I think, in my opinion. Stockfish may say otherwise, but yeah, this pawn is already falling, so we'll just go here to defend that. And that's the nice thing about these double pawns is that this is not too dangerous. But yeah, I definitely misplayed that in low time, which is prone to happen. Um, Whoops. Uh, is this a draw? Yeah, this is a draw. Okay. And now the kings just dance. You can give me a check here. Yeah. So this is, I mean, this is definitely the way to play for a win, but like you're not really scaring anyone here, I think, is white. The only the only thing is I don't want to put myself in zigzag. That was a not a great move, I think. Hey, uh wait, here. Oh, am I just getting killed? Damn it. Yeah. Ah, I should not have allowed this. Yeah. Very silly of me. Okay, very precise endgame play. Aye, aye, aye. All right, I'll resign this. I don't need to test my endgame skills. Yeah, that was very silly. I should not have blundered that away. This is probably, I think I was correct that this is a draw, though. Maybe I have to go here, though. Let's see what does the engine say? No, this is this really just losing? Oh wow, yeah, this is just a losing endgame.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, it's actually so my intuition was wrong here, but it's actually exactly what I said last game, where double pawns the way to you can tell if there are weaknesses if you can push them. So because this supports this move, like for example, if we get to this position here, oh not this position here, if this move is not possible, I just win. Or I don't win, but it's just like a draw. Like if this pawn's not here, actually it might be winning. Uh no, it's just equal. But yeah, that was a silly way to lose that. But yeah, honestly, I just kind of panicked in low time and then I hung a bunch of pawns.
Ah,
Yeah, because
the
here
low
I'm doing
time
very yeah,
panic.
see look, I'm better here. I'm down a pawn still, but I'm just better.
Uh-huh.
Knight d4. Ah, wow, really? This check is just nothing. This is just nothing. Wow. Yeah, okay, e5 here is just stupid. I shouldn't have played e5. I should have castled. Wow. So I
Oh.
went for something that just like looked like it was probably very good. But yeah, if I had just castled here, it would have been a different story. These pawns are so weak. And like, what do you do here? Like, you can play this. But I can, yeah, bishop d6 here. And I have the bishop pair. Oops, not f4. That would not be a good move. But f3 here. Bishop f5 takes, takes. Engine is liking this endgame. Well, yeah, because this
Whoa.
pawn is just falling. Rook fc8 here. And rook c4. Oh, not rook c3. That would be an unfortunate mess up. Rook c4. That's a very cool maneuver. And here, there's some resistance, but bishop g3. Yeah. So f you can't save this pawn because after takes rook c8, attacking this pawn. There's rook c4, not rook c3, rook c4. Yeah, findable in a classical game and in the position, but yeah, I just went for it and there was nothing there. I didn't need to trade queens too. Like, okay, a5 is the top engine move. Giving up a pawn like that, that's funny.
Hmm.
But c5 is wrong here. Oh, bishop a3 is stronger in this position. Oh, because I haven't allowed knight d4 yet, of course. He's just getting like mated. King
Hmm.
d1, rook b2. Not rook a. That's a rook hang. Rook b2 in paralysis. King e2. Yeah, the castle's f6. Well, that's unfortunate, but it happens.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So I mean, we can play more hand and brain. I'm happy to play another blitz game and explain my thought process, or you can play a game and I can listen to you.
Yeah, sure. I'll just very quickly play one.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
for viewers that are watching, thank you, Liam. Thank you. That was
Yeah,
awesome. That was awesome. So
yeah,
yeah, we'll switch to me.
yeah. Well, the
Um,
result wasn't so great, but
hmm But
I'll
hey,
just have.
you attacked the London effectively, right? That's the key.
Yeah, I had a good position on the opening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, my opponent played very like my opponent actually really knew what they were doing in the opening. Most people do
Yeah.
not know. Most
That
people
that
don't.
move with the knight first before
Yeah,
the
knight d2. The reason you
wow.
play that is because if you play knight f3 first, there's queen b6, and you just have a not good position
That
actually.
makes sense because one of the lines to attack the London is to attack the queen side.
Yes, Queen B6, yeah.
Ah, that makes sense.
Queen B6 is what I play, but against Knight D2, it's not as strong.
That
Actually, I don't
makes.
remember. I can check.
Hmm. This is, yeah. For those of you watching it, while we have Leah, man, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. Um, and then if we don't have any questions, then once Liam checks the line, then I will start my little. Yeah.
Bishop F5 is the play to play here. Yeah, okay.
Mm,
Yeah, they want the computer just this is usually what it wants in the London. It wants you to play Bishop F5 and play symmetrical. Like
mm-hmm.
if white sets up correctly, very often like in the setup I play Bishop F5 and yeah, like E6, Bishop and then you go for Bishop pair, F6, takes, and then you get E5 in quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right.
I'm gonna
All
eat,
right.
I'm gonna
Here
eat my
we.
cold French fries and watch.
Nice. Nice. So I guess just since it's been a while, I'll put a 10-5.
Yeah, check. Yeah, you should play a rated game.
Yeah, play rated. I'll play 10-5.
Let me get some
Okay.
water.
Oh, sure. Yep. So, while when Liam comes back, guys, I will play 10-5. Actually, I'll put my yogurt away too. So you guys can watch my thought process. Oh, that's gonna be funny. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna put my yogurt away. I might get a croissant.
Okay, I'm back. Huh? Oh, there you go. I can't interact with chat. Yes, like I can't see it. Yeah. Well, oops. I suppose I will play. Oh no, he's coming.
All right, I got myself a croissant. All right,
Oh,
and then
lovely.
I guess if I need to take a little break, I'll scarf down a croissant. Because
Yep,
sometimes the best thing to do is just to pause, right? Especially when you feel yourself panicking a little. Okay, here we go. So
definitely. In a rapid game, you have the time.
you got the time exactly. So viewers, well, I'll talk to you guys after because now it's rated. We can't really like talk to you, listen to your chats, etc. now. So we'll just play and then we can reflect on it.
Yeah.
So okay, here we go. Um,
All right.
okay, all right. Mm, okay,
If
cool.
there's a way for you to I'm trying to think. I can do commentary, but you'd have to mute your
Oh yeah.
audio. For
I guess we could do that. Let me take my
people to
headphones
say.
off so that way I can't hear. So yeah, I can't hear anything right now. So everyone watching, he can
Okay.
commentate. I can't hear anything.
Okay.
Um,
Cool. So I will not be able to respond, but I can commentate this. Okay. So we have London. D45. Okay. Knight C6 is already. This is not the right way to play this. If you're playing in a queen spawn position, so if you play the move D4, on move one or move two, if you play Knight F3 first, however. Generally, you want the C pawn to go with it. So sometimes it goes with it like C3 in many London lines. Sometimes it goes with it C4. And actually, Jerry and I had one of our hand and brain games had a position very similar to this, where I mentioned that the best way to play against these setups is C4, not C3. We'll see if he remembers. You can play, I mean, Knight F3 here is good, obviously. Okay, Bishop D3. There's nothing wrong with that. Though Bishop D3, you always have to be careful bringing this bishop out without this C3 move because the knight can come into B4 and it hits the bishop. And okay, so just plays a very standard London setup. Um, so C3 now is preventing knight B4. Okay, so we have a very standard sort of setup in London here. The one thing is, so I mean, the London is a good opening. It's very flexible, so it's good for it's very flexible and solid. It's good for people of all levels. But it's in general it's better to develop your knights before your bishops because um okay, so castles, we have castles here. Your knights are the less flexible piece. So you want to play chess in terms of like you want to be flexible. So for example, the reason that on Move two, for example, you don't play c3, or move three, sorry, after bishop f4. You don't play c3 is because against stuff like knight c6, you would want your pawn on c4 instead, because it just pressures the center, and black's c pawn is not equipped to be pressuring your center back on c5. Um, so instead of bishop d3, like we saw, a knight f3 would have been, I think, probably a bit better, because also the bishop's not a target, which is another reason not to develop your bishops first, because your bishops could go to a lot of squares. I know in the London, oftentimes you're putting them on d3 and f4. Well, f4 it's always on f4 in London, but you oftentimes putting your bishop on d3, but you still want to keep yourself open to options, because there's some lines where you put it on g4, for example, and it's more important that you get your knights out first to sort of support your setup before you really commit your bishop. Okay, so now, okay, castles is perfectly fine. This position is, I mean, it's better for white for sure. Um, because the knight in front of the c pawn is really just not great. Okay, so he just highlighted bishop g5. Bishop g5 is interesting here. Generally in the London, you want knight e5. Like that's the next sort of your next level, right? Knight g5. Okay, so knight he did highlight knight g5. Knight e5. Knight g5 is doesn't really do much. Like for example, whenever you're making these leaps into your opponent's positions, if they can play a pawn move attacking it and like asking you a question basically, so knight g5 h6. If you have nothing better in that position than to go back to the square you're on, you probably shouldn't play it. So knight g5 h6, not clear what you're going to play. Now bishop g5 h6, it's more like there's more there, like it's a different thing, because you could take and think about that, and your pawns on dark squares do repel that dark square bishop well, but I think 95 is definitely the way to go here. Um, the only thing is with this knight in front of the c pawn, you are allowing black to trade it off, which it's not necessarily bad. So a line here you might think, if you were playing in a game, you might look at is knight takes e5. You would take back with the bishop. You don't want to ruin your structure. Okay, so we'll see.
Wow. Take.
Bishop here, you can blitz out bishop here. Um, there are some positions in which maybe you should double your pawns for this tempo on the knight,
Take.
but I think there's no reason to ruin your London sort of pawn. Okay, wow. So we go for it. Oh, interesting. Why? So the thing you have to look at here is, so first of all, you're not down any material, right? So oftentimes you might be up a pawn with those double pawns like that, and in those positions you might say,
So I
do I
actually
really have
posted the
a better position?
uh,
Here, it's like,
mm,
does my opponent have compensation because of my weak pawns? Here, it's equal in pawns, but you have these double pawns, and so intuitively you're like, really, should I go into that? And we see why here is because you're just losing a pawn actually if you move your bishop here, which is luckily here you don't have to move your bishop. Like usually you meet knight h5 with bishop g3 and you take back with the h pawn, but in this case bishop g3 would be a blunder because just knight takes, pawn takes, and they take your bishop. And white still probably has some decent play there, just even though they're down a pawn, because they very quickly can play e4. So for example,
darn.
yeah, so see now I should have taken with the bishop.
Um,
But for example, if bishop g3, knight g3, h g3, and then bishop takes, you have f4, bishop moves e4 very quickly. And it's bad, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so this is an important thing. So bishop g3 here is objectively a blunder, or at least a mistake. It's important when you make a mistake in chess to not to like bounce back, reset, right? So pawn takes is a mistake. Okay, it does go for f4. That's definitely the way to play here. You're much more developed, so start fighting. So here I would play without a thought, probably e4. There might be, I mean, e4 takes, knight takes. You have black is just up a pawn, but the alternative is kind of doing nothing, and black just consolidates. Because you have to think here, what is black's next move? If I was black, I'm probably playing c5 next move, like pre-move c5. Not actually, but c5, and you black has a dominant clamp on the center. Okay, knight f3 is not a blunder. Um, but the thing, so knight f3, your idea might be to go to d4, which is a perfectly reasonable square for your knight, but c5 simply, and your knight can only go to d4. So that is one issue. And your opponent plays c5. Opponent is playing quite well, actually. So here, hmm, my first thought, my first thought is, no, there's nothing there. Yeah, this position's not great. You could do something here. So, okay, when you're down material, the way you make a comeback, unless it's a sort of position that the end game might be a draw, so you could trade into a drawing end game. If you're just down material and your position's worse, the way you play is you play active and attack. So, for example, here an interesting move would be 95. But bishop takes looks pretty bad actually for white. The structure, even though you've given away your bishop pair advantage. So another move you could consider here is king f2, which almost certainly the engine hates. I feel like there's easily a refutation. He's looking at c4 here for black, the idea. And actually, I think c4 is not a great move because it allows your knight permanent access. It allows your knight permanent access to d4, which is why I thought c4 was not so good there. But it's a complicated position. I think in a blitz game, I would certainly go with queen f2, or not queen f2, king f2. Wow, queen b6. So queen b6, now if you play queen c2 to defend your pawn, you get slapped with c4. And c4, bishop e2, bishop takes knight, and after you take back, you're squished. The bishop can never re-enter the game pretty much. Like it's literally staring at a wall of light square pawns. And black can switch their play to pretty much just queen c7, b5, and good luck ever moving is pretty much what's happening. So yeah, queen c2. Okay, so what is this opponent cheating? Jeez, his opponent has played super accurately. Um, I mean, I guess his opponent played the opening very silly, but yeah. So G here, it's like G6. I'm just looking at the position we got out of the opening here. Um, yeah. So the computer is screaming for this H3 in a lot of positions. Um, to save your bishop. That's a little bit hard to know. Yeah, this knight jump is okay, 95, like we were saying. You can, but you don't have to play it immediately. But pawn takes is not great. And after knight h5, you bishop g3 is just losing. So you need to play knight f3 there and retake with the e pawn, and you actually you still have an okay position. But yeah, the way it came in the game, we just lost a pawn. We went back. Knight f3 is decent. But c5. Oh wow. Hold on, I missed a couple moves in the game. Jeez. Okay, we're just down 2 pawns now. So what, did we just lose e3 with a check? Is that was the last move? Ah, okay, so we got c4 bishop e2 takes. Oh no, wait. Wasn't that knight on f3? No. But again, this is why I would play king f2. Patrol the infiltrations. And yeah, so the only way white can play really after this blunder of the pawn and c5 is to immediately strike with e4. But that is a hard move to play because you have to know what you're doing after e4 c4. And yeah, knight e5, just simply bishop e5, and you're getting sauced, as they say. Queen b6 is a little bit strange, but c4, bishop e2. Oh yeah, no, there wasn't. Yeah, never mind, there wasn't. Yeah, queen e3 takes. I don't know why their opponent's thinking so much here. It's just a free pawn. Because bishop takes knight, pawn takes knight, queen takes pawn, which the opponent has been pretty good about spotting these capture chains so far, so I would assume it's not a weakness of theirs. The opponent has played very well so far. I don't know what Jerry's rating is in Rapid, but his opponent has played quite well. But yeah, the game is pretty much over. And wow, what? No free pawn for you. Okay. So, oh God, don't take with the knight, please. Please don't take with the knight. You can take with the bishop, just don't take with the knight. Mm. Okay, because if knight takes, there's d3, and then it's not so great. Knight takes d3. Oh man. Okay, so maybe not d3 immediately because bishop takes, but I was thinking d3, rook d8. Oh, maybe you survive. Oh wait, sorry. I'm okay. This is what I get for doing this after taking a midterm. I'm so tired. D3, knight takes queen. You're fine. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Excuse me. I'm sorry I spoke. Because actually d3 and white's winning probably. Because d3, you take the queen, they take your queen, you take the pawn, and you're no longer down a pawn somehow. You still have the worst structure, but yeah, no, you're not winning. But you're doing much better. The black can immediately take control of file, which is the only unfortunate part bit. But yeah, so bishop takes is also good. They go for it. Okay. Yeah. No, no, no. Take the queen, please. Okay, this is fine too. But you could have taken the queen. This is a forced simplification into just a better position. Yo, what was that? That was such a throw. But the opponent. The opponent played so well, and then they just didn't take the free pawn with bishop e5, queen e5. Okay, so here now that this is um now that you've sort of regained your material, you're thinking, how do I press forward now? So, okay, 95 is out of the question because it's losing a pawn. Though it is opening your rook, so you might consider it if you're deviant. But okay, b3, the move you're hovering over is okay, but it's your knight's not hanging. Yeah, this is fine. It kind of just weakens the pawn in c3 though. So, like for example, now when the knight moves, your c3 pawn is hanging. With that's hard to see. Like it's hard to like see the moving parts there. And the opponent finds it. Wow.
Hmm.
Is the opponent like cheating every 10 moves or
That's
something? This isn't
interesting.
the opponent blitz. Okay, maybe they don't see the point of b5, but yeah. Um Here, the best thing to do, God, I don't even know. Um uh, so you could consider throwing in bishop e4 with the tempo on the rook. The rook moves. It doesn't really change your
No, I think
issue.
that
Okay,
would
well this loses a pawn, but it might be a
just
better pawn to
click.
lose than the c3 pawn. Hard to say.
Okay, this is good.
So never mind. Whoa, does this
This
go
is good.
immediately for the sacrifice?
Okay, all right.
That is brave. That is some I honestly holy okay, so here you have to calculate this. If they take your knight first, you are hanging a bishop still. So you're up a pawn right now. If they take your knight, you're down a knight. Okay, so
Which
well, you don't okay, don't take with the queen there. You're losing a knight, and that I don't think there's anything there. All right, knight takes. You're only down 1 point material. This is certainly practical, actually. Like, people are trash at defending. Like, not in a superior way. Like, everyone is trash at defending. The people who are good at defending are anomalies. Like some top GMs who are good at defending. I don't think you have anything here because I think just like, okay, like a rook d8 probably, yeah. Um, and then the question is like, what are you doing now? Like, where's the follow-up? There's a rule in chess or like a saying. It's called the rule like plus rule of plus two. Is that you want two more attacking pieces than your opponent has defenders. You can also say it as you want. Some people say you want three or more attacking pieces when you're attacking the king. I prefer plus two. Wow, that is a fascinating move. Don't. Oh my! Sacking the
I didn't
house.
see
What?
that. That's
Oh, we
blunder.
didn't see it.
That was
Okay.
a blunder. That was
That's
so
just one.
fail. That's a blunder.
Yeah, take the bishop. Oh, no, don't. Sorry, what am I saying? Not take the bishop. The queen saying. Okay,
That's a blunder.
maybe I'm like
Ay,
800.
it's a
Was
blunder.
okay. Sorry, was that a rook sacrifice? You thought you could take the queen,
You need
or was that
like
just
you need a
a full
warm up game like this.
a
God
full
damn
piece
it.
blunder? Yeah, this
That's a
happens.
blunder. Hmm.
In this position, okay, if this position 97 is a good move. which is a crazy move. The point is, if you take the queen, now the bishop hangs, and oh no, find 97, please. Please find that. No. Okay, so now they take your queen and come back and take your knight, and they're completely winning. They're just up. Yeah, they're up a full rook, I think. Or no, they're up a rook and a piece. Excuse me. Yeah, yeah. So rookie's 97. That's a very hard move to spot, though. Yeah, rook f5 blitzed out is pretty crazy. But you had a there was like a practical world in which you play like rook e1 there, and you get a like the so the reason I thought that f5 was interesting or
Mm,
and after takes is that you open the e file and rook e1 in that position was actually pretty interesting. You're just losing everything here. I mean, never resign at this rating, like um because anything can happen. Like, but yeah, you're losing all your pieces. I have to do that sometimes in Blitz, like click back and move, be like, yo, is there a piece there that just hung or something? Um, G4, okay, that's when you're down material, you have to play actively. This is definitely G4 is definitely the way to go. It does hang a rook in one move, but like your opponent has to see that. So I guess it hangs an exchange tech. No, it hangs a rook. Sorry, that's tragic. Um, okay, people are too reactive though. Um, or no, I guess it doesn't hang a rook because G3. Now they see it. So don't play King G3 here because that hangs a full rook. King G3. Well, in this position doesn't because the pawn's taken now. Um, yeah, G3. You have to play G3, but you're down all the pieces
yeah,
here. Yeah,
yeah.
resigning is okay in this position. I
Bad
mean,
game.
play on, but your opponent's
Bad game.
uptime. Yeah,
Ugh, that was not a good game. Wow.
that was tragic. That was very
Yeah, that
tragic.
was a tragic game. The moment I just like I took the
You
wrong
blitzed
way
Rook
in the
F5 out.
beginning. The moment I took with the pawn, I was like, what the heck was I doing? And then
Yeah, I
oh
was commenting about that at the moment.
yeah.
Well, if
No.
you want to reshare the screen, we can go
Yeah,
over the game.
let's reshare the screen. It's just it happens like almost always when I play my first game, especially online. Like my
For
mind just
sure,
needs
for
time to
sure.
adjust. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
happen to me when I play over the board, but every time my mind plays a game online, the first game, I always have to like get used to how it's shaped.
yeah. No, I mean it's honestly you even see from from the cap score there. You did play that. You played pretty well mostly. So okay, one thing here
Hmm.
we did just talk about this, so it's the only reason I'm
Uh-huh.
mentioning it. Against this knight c6 set up against London, when the knight is in front of the c pawn, you can change your plan to be knight f3 c4. You don't
Yeah.
have to because like if you're more comfortable playing with the setup you do, that's fine. But
Hmm.
you'll get a much better position.
Makes
Um,
sense.
and the other thing is don't
So it should
develop
have been
your
here.
bishops before your knights. And I know in the London you develop your bishop before your knight, but don't
Hmm.
develop your light square bishop before your knight. Your
Uh,
knight, there's a so the thing in saying in chess is you want to develop. Well, I don't know if this is the saying, but in chess you want to develop your least flexible pieces first.
hmm.
But you know, in the London, your knight is going on f3. There is no other square for it to go on, right?
Yeah.
Your d2 knight could go to c3, which is why you don't play knight d2 first in this position. Wow, this is a deep line that the end just
Yeah.
calculated.
Wow.
Um, yeah, but this is just an example position. But you should put your knight out first because your bishop doesn't have to go there.
Hmm.
Another reason is yeah, see the best move is knight b4. Your
Yeah.
bishop's just a target there, right?
Yeah.
Um, the so yeah, that's one thing. You definitely could have played knight f3, c4, knight c3.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Sorry, with when you put your pawn on c4, your knight is going behind it on c3 to pressure the center. So when you play in the London, if your opponent plays like knight c6, you can play c4 and knight c3, but and put your other knight out. But yes, you still have a fine position here.
Yeah.
And so here the engine's going to be screaming for h3 over and over again.
Oh,
It wants
interesting.
you to save your bishop. It doesn't like knight h5. It doesn't like allowing this.
Oh,
So, but your
interesting.
opponent doesn't go for it. Honestly, your opponent played the opening quite um carelessly, and then they played extremely well for most of the game. Like I was shocked actually. So yeah, here 95. Okay, 95 is a very human move. You don't have to rush it though. If
Hmm.
the engine says it's not necessary.
Ah, I
Um,
see.
you could put like 95 is completely fine there.
Yeah, I
So
see. Wow,
95
that's
and
so crazy. Yeah, you called it. The engine was screaming, do that.
yeah, this it's common in the London. Like once you have all your pieces set up, playing h3 is generally good if the knight can go to h5. Like if black can put their knight on h5 and attack your bishop, generally if you have time to play h3, just play it and get your knight out of danger.
Oh.
But but 95 what we got in the game, it's okay. And then here the thing is this is like a concept of like making a mistake and then making another one immediately. So with the
Yeah.
pawn, you took with the pawn, which is not a good move.
Yeah.
It's okay. You see the engine say says it's okay.
Yeah, it says it's okay.
But the
Yeah.
reason is you can't play bishop g3 here. So like
Yeah.
you messed up, right? Like you're like, oh,
Yeah.
why did I do that?
Yeah.
You what you need to do is reset after that because
Yeah, and I
so
just never reset.
bishop g3 just loses a pawn, right? They just
Yeah.
take and take. You could have
Yeah.
just played knight f3, and knight f3 isn't the only move. I'm sure there's other moves too. But the point
Yeah.
is, if they take your bishop, you take back with the pawn, and your pawn's defended.
Yeah.
So when you make a move and you don't like the position you got after it or something, it's always important to just like reset and then play the position, not the game, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
but you made a comeback though. So bishop g3, knight takes is a great move. Yes, takes the free pawn. And then f4, f4 here. Yeah, okay, engine doesn't love it.
Doesn't love it, huh?
It's the way to play probably. Like you
Mm-hmm.
need to play aggressively when you're down material.
Yeah.
Here knight f okay, knight f3 is better to put your
Oh,
knight on
yeah,
f4.
exactly. Yeah.
You get the bishop away and then you you probably play like c4 before they can play c5 or something. I don't actually know the line.
Oh, okay.
Um, but the point is but f4 is fine. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with f4 in my opinion.
Yeah, I see.
Um, so yeah,
Oh,
rook you
the
okay yeah, but this is like whatever. Like
yeah,
it's
that's just the engine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So f4 is the practical move here, and you
Mm-hmm.
can tell it's a practical move because you want to pawn it back quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So knight f3 is good. c5,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, c5 is the D and C pawns, right? They want to hold hands. So
Yeah.
this is good. And you played Queen E2 here? Oh no, you played this. Yeah,
Yeah.
that move is not great because just bishop takes E5.
Yeah.
It's not like intuitive always to to like really look at the bishop taking the knight because you're told the bishop is better.
Mm-hmm.
But what you have to look at is the difference between the two sides. So you have a knight versus his dark squared bishop. You both have light square bishops. So if he takes your knight for and gets your knight and gets if he gets your knight for and you get the dark square bishop, he hasn't really lost any like you don't have an advantage now. You don't have bishop versus knight.
Uh,
You have bishop versus bishop. So bishop versus bishop is a completely fine endgame to go into if you're up a pawn. And in this case, you're up a pawn and your opponent has two isolated pawn islands of double pawns. So you have a pawn on E5, a pawn on E3, and a pawn on G3, and a pawn on G2. And that's just miserable.
yeah.
Because like I said a couple times, right? Like double pawns, the way to determine how much of a weakness they are is how much you can push them long term. Double pawn and or not double, isolated pawns, you can't. You just can't put like they don't support each other, right? So that's the issue here. But they
Yeah.
played Queen B6, which is a sober move.
Yeah.
And here, yeah, I called you were gonna play Queen C2, and I was so sad. Just C4 here, bishop E2, and you're losing. Um, so yeah, bishop E2 takes check, King H2.
Oh,
And, okay,
wow.
so here,
I did find the right move here. Oh, that was good.
yeah, King H2, it's good. It's good. It's yeah, it's hard to always know. King H2 is the one that makes sense to me, and I'm
Uh-huh.
trying to like think why it does, like put it into words. I
Mm-hmm.
would just say it's because y you could put a rook on H1 eventually. Like if this queen leaves, you could put a rook on H1, and now you have an open H file. Like the king on H1, it's just like it's a little bit like it's getting in the way. Like you never have a way to put a rook on H1. You never your king is like very cramped for space. You're almost getting mated. Like
Mm-hmm.
your king on H2 is definitely the way to go. But here, your opponent just didn't take a very free pawn. This is just bishop takes knight, queen takes pawn. You're up a pawn, or two pawns
Mm-hmm.
now. Oh no, you're up three pawns, excuse me. Instead, your opponent played yeah,
Yeah.
d4, which is a crazy move. That just
Yeah.
And so here I had to apologize because I was saying oh don't play knight c4 because knight c4 d6 or knight c4 d3 and then I was like wait like because I forgot you were attacking the queen. I'm like you're getting forked but you're just attacking the queen and you can take on d3. So knight c4 is a great move.
Mm-hmm.
And then d3 and here okay so the engine wants you to take on d3 here. Personally, I think the
Mm-hmm.
practical thing to do especially when you're down time, is to take on E3 here with the knight
Oh, so take
because
with the knight.
you're still winning. It's the engine is says it's not quite as good. You're still winning the pawn back. So
Mm-hmm.
knight takes, pawn takes, knight takes C2. The engine
Uh,
probably doesn't like it because of rook D8 coming at the end. So let's say DC2 here,
mm-hmm.
and then okay, take with the
Oh
knight. The
yeah.
engine doesn't want you to because it thinks it's not going anywhere. Okay, takes with the knight. And then what is okay? Yeah, rook d8 here. Yeah, okay, that's what I was
Oh, I
assuming.
see. So
And it
it's
thinks
gonna.
you're just a little bit passive, but like this is definitely the way to go,
Yeah.
especially because with less pieces on the board, it's just like it's much easier to keep track of everything with less
Yeah.
time. So I would have
Yeah.
definitely gone for this, but what you went for
Ah,
is objectively still good.
okay.
It's
Yeah.
just a little bit. It stays tactical because the queen's on the board.
Yeah.
So
And I
here,
messed up here. When I did that, I was like, "Oh, that was the my
yeah,
second part where I never recovered from messing up here." I was like, I just
yeah.
wasted a move.
Well, so the reason this is bad is because after your knight moves, c3 is hanging. That's why
Yeah.
this is like b3
Yeah.
is okay, except for the fact c3 hangs. So
Yeah.
b5, knight moves, and now queen c3 and
Yeah.
queen c3, bishop c3,
Yeah.
which I also called you were gonna play that because it is hard to see that for your opponent. Like for yourself, we might find b5, but when you play b3, it's hard to think like you think b5 and you're like, oh, but my pawn's defended, but then the knight moves and it's no longer defended. So it's not the easiest thing to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, your
Yeah.
opponent blitzed out b5 and then
Yeah.
did
And
take, I believe.
yeah, that was wow. Wow, this
Here,
was
okay,
a
I thought 95 was probably the best move. This is actually
okay.
it's funny. Uh, the computer wants you to give up this pawn to open your rook instead of giving up your c pawn.
Yeah.
I would play 95. I thought it was funny you played it. It's hard to tell, but yeah. So 95 here.
Mm-hmm.
And did they take?
They
No,
did
they played
not.
f6. Yeah, that was a crazy move. So
Mm-hmm.
here, did you find b4?
I
You
did
said
not. I just at this
I
point
saw
I
your
was
mouse
like I
hovering over.
felt
And I
like
was like,
I was like losing it. So I was just like I just have
yeah,
to attack and hope for the
yeah.
best.
Well, you have to see you're not down any material anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I when I saw you hovering over that, I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
If you're gonna sack here, I would probably sack with the knight,
Mm-hmm.
but don't sack
Uh
here. There's a rule of +2. Have you heard that? The rule of +2?
you told me that last time we talked. You basically said you have to have two more
Yeah.
pieces attacking than they have defending.
So how many pieces does your opponent have defending the king?
Let's see, you got one, two, I
Yeah.
guess three.
You usually you're not counting pawns.
Oh,
You're
okay,
counting
then
just
it's
the
one
pieces
and
here.
two.
Two, right? So how many do you have attacking
I
here?
only have three. Ah, I need
Right.
one more.
So intuitively, like even if you had one more, maybe this doesn't work. But for example, if your rook's on h1 in this position already, this is already a much more interesting sacrifice. It
Yeah,
still probably doesn't work just because the queen can defend really quickly as well.
yeah,
But yeah. So, but okay,
yeah.
it's okay.
This should have been the move. Yeah, exactly. So, like, I was trying to counterattack, which was the
Mhm.
right thing, but I didn't look and think close enough to be like, oh, this was the
Yeah,
right counterattack.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you had there's one more moment that you missed a like insane tactic. I'm pretty sure it works. So takes. Well, what was in this position? Yeah, Queen H5, I said also during the game. You're just getting absolutely killed. Yeah, so here, okay, so F5, I said during the game, I said that's like a really interesting move to open the E file, but then you took an F5, which is a blunder. Um, but okay, you see it's not a blunder, it's a mistake technically,
Mm-hmm.
because of
Mm-hmm.
bishop F5. So bishop F5, what you got in the game? You have queen
Yeah.
F5 or knight E7
Oh, yeah.
because of the
97.
I saw it during the
Oh.
game. I'm like, okay, that's a little bit insane. 97 was the first one I saw, and it deflects the queen off the
Yeah, and then I could retake it.
yeah. I don't know. Okay. It's better, I guess, to trade the queens because your knight dominates the bishop for now,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get some active counterplay. but it's okay. It's -5 versus -6. But yeah, I saw Queen F5 in 97, but I assumed after you blundered Bishop F5,
Yeah,
uh, yeah, before,
yeah.
then you just take and you're down two pieces.
Yeah. I
And then
just
here,
it's one of those things where even though this was undeveloped, it still has that sniper thing and I just forgot about
right?
it. It was one of those
Yeah.
things where I just forgot about it.
Well, if the queen wasn't defending as well, then
Mhm.
honestly it might be interesting.
Yeah.
Like let's because okay, sacking the rook for the bishop is I mean, okay, you're already down material, so I wouldn't recommend it, but okay, it's interesting. But sacking the rook for nothing and then also losing another piece is that's less good. Oh wait, no, you weren't
Mm.
down two pieces, you were down three pieces. Wow. That's a
Yeah.
lot of material. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it just fell apart from here.
yeah, but okay, yeah, I mean here, okay, like don't resign, but like yeah, this that positions and you're completely lost. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, G4, okay.
Yeah.
I was complimenting with G4. I was like, G4 is actually a pretty smart move in this position. It just
Mhm.
straight up hangs a rook, but like when you're down material, you do need to counterattack like this.
Yeah.
And I was glad that you played after Bishop E5, you played G3
Mhm.
because not actually not in this position, but after okay, so if before the bishop moves, if bishop e5, if you play king g3, there was rook d3 check, and your king is deflected from the defense of the rook, and you just lose a full rook instead of an exchange.
Oh.
So
Wow.
yeah, yeah, that happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's one of every time I don't play online for a while, and then it's like I come back and play. There's always gonna be a rough game like this. It doesn't happen
Yeah,
over the board. I don't know why. Me with the two-dimensional thing. Every time I come back after not playing for a while, like the only exception was after the big tournament where I met you at Liam, and then I came back and played online, I immediately started like playing well. That was the
yeah,
only
yeah,
time, but every other time it's like I only play over the board. I come back and I play online and I just like my mind is fried. It's the weirdest thing.
yeah. I definitely get that.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
but
but
yeah,
either way, I mean, there's a lot of great learning things from this. It's just
yeah. I
like,
mean,
yeah, wow.
you only really lose if you don't learn anything from the
Yeah.
game. That's
Yeah.
one way to look at it. Like you have to lose to get better,
Yeah.
and as long as you are like learning when you lose, um, like you don't even have to be learning about chess. You can just be learning about yourself. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah,
But the most important thing I'm gonna start incorporating is the night move. That is amazing. Like like when they play like this, just going here
yeah.
instead.
So
Don't
knight
develop the
f3,
bit.
c4, knight c3.
Yeah,
Like,
and then whatever they do, I need to learn that line. That's the one line I haven't learned. But
yeah,
like,
it's what you like the way to look at the London, like any system-based opening,
hmm
you can play the same way against everything like you did in this game.
yeah,
But the higher you go in your understanding and the rating ladder, the more layers you can add to it. So like the
yeah,
London, there's a lot of layers. Like for example, like my opponent played, who's like 1700 blitz, probably much higher than that, and rapid is playing knight d2 first. Like that's a layer you're adding. Is realizing it's actually better to delay that knight f3 in that specific line. But
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. I mean, this is great because again, like there, even though London's the opening, I know there's still stuff I can learn from it, and
oh
this
yeah, I
is a
mean,
perfect example of it. Like,
yeah,
there's also you told me about the Jovava one too, so there's
yeah,
that one,
Jabava.
Jovava, yeah. So
I mean, I
that's one
haven't met the
where,
guy, but everyone says Jobava that I know, so I assume that's what it
exactly.
said. But yeah, Jobava's actually pretty trendy recently. I
hmm
I hate playing against Jobava London, but that's why you should play it because people
Yeah.
hate playing against it.
Yeah, exactly. And the
Um,
Simon Williams course I was looking at was teaching the Jovaba, but as of this point, because I haven't really used it, I've already forgotten it, so I need to
yeah,
relearn it.
if
But
your opponent is booked enough, in theory, it's not really too dangerous for black, but your
uh-huh.
opponent does need to know what they're doing. And like below the level of like 2000, it's very unlikely that they'll know all the lines. Like I know a lot of theory in it because I lost to it in classical in like 20 moves. And after that, I was
Wow.
like, well, that's not happening again.
Yeah. Sometimes
Um,
it's the weirdest thing, and this is why I like over the board too, because if you lose to something over the board, you're gonna learn, right? Like
For sure, yeah.
last week in on Sunday, I played the Rui Lopez for the first time, and like
That's
I lost
brave.
to a Rui Lopez, and I was like, I
Yeah.
gotta learn. But like when you
Yeah, the
play
Roy
online,
Lopez.
sometimes you don't learn as much. You lose to it, you just shake it off. But like,
Yeah, the Roy Lopez is yeah, there's a lot of difficult lines there.
hmm
Um I want to play 1-1. I don't think I've ever played 1-1
wow.
on this account. I played
hmm
1-0, but never 1-1. I
hmm
usually don't play with bonus. So this is bullet. Okay, this is the triangle defense from black. This is
Mm.
a Catalan. This is mainline theory. B6 here. Here's the main line. B6 is played main line. Okay. All right, this is main line, and then takes rook C8. That's wrong, I think. Probably C5 here. Oh, for sure not this. This bishop has never seen the light of day. Um, yeah, just like A3 here. hmm And here, honestly, I can probably even sacrifice the pawn. Take. There's no reason to though. Let me play just, a very safe move. It's bullet, so I'm not gonna be too crazy. I am threatening to take this now and then take and then okay. Right. Black's just worse, I think. Um let me jump in with the knight. I feel like the horses haven't had a chance to gallop yet. Um wow, that's aggressive. I probably can just take here too, honestly. But I mean bishop g2 and yeah, your bishop, okay, you're just never moving it, I guess. Let me play. Wow, how do I want to play this? I can play this and then take. I don't know how badly I want to go into that line. Oh, I have like no time though. All right, queen c1 here. I always play too slowly. That is like my one thing. Okay. Um, yeah. This is interesting. So this is an example of transforming endgames advantageously. So it takes. Um, yeah, yeah. I have to have something here. No, I don't have something here. All right, let's go here. Um, oh, I meant to take first on rook takes. Okay, that's fine. All right, I definitely gave away a little bit of the advantage here, but okay, but this is still miserable, and immediately I think I'm just much better. Yep. All right, make sure not to get back rank mated. Went on time.
Nice. Oh.
Yeah, so that's I don't, you don't play the Catalan, but the Catalan is a vicious opening.
hmm
Like, basically, if they don't play c5 themselves to free this bishop, a lot of times you can just do this, and
hmm
this bishop never sees the light of day. Like literally,
Wow.
like look at the game. Ready? I didn't play perfectly either, but like this bishop is stuck behind this pawn for the rest of the game, and then
hmm
I take it, win a pawn, and yeah, and this
Wow.
endgame is I'm almost certain completely winning. Maybe it's yeah okay. So the engine thinks they might be able to draw it with bishop b6, but like h4, this is like a nightmare position to defend. Rook c7. Rook c7 is how you defend it, I guess. And then here, or not, that doesn't make sense. But like, even like here, like, what are you doing? Bishop d4? And you just kind of walk your king up. This seems, the king has to stay here. This might be defendable, but plus 1.7, but yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know how how instructional watching me scramble and bullet is, but
I think it's important just to because obviously I've got into positions where you have like 10 seconds and I just start right, but
yeah.
what we can see from watching you is that you still have thought about it for a second,
Yeah, I
so
mean it's the helpful part about Blitz is it's a it's an exercise in practicing your like intuition here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. What
We
time
can
is it over there, by the way?
it's 12:30.
Oh wow, yeah, exactly. I'm 9:30 here, so
Yeah,
um it's Thursday. Do you have class tomorrow?
my first class is at 1:35. So
Okay, so you're good.
yeah.
But I think, dude, Liam, I hope you had a lot of fun. I think either way we should do more streams, but I want to encourage you too to
Yeah.
stream more yourself.
If if there's an I mean if people would watch, I would do it.
Yeah. It just
Um
especially now that you know, and next time if needed I can give you the screenshots to how you can use Zoom, like the little things I showed
yeah, I
you.
think I probably need to get like an actual Zoom account. Why is my nose so red on this camera too?
Yeah,
I
I noticed that too.
My nose is like not red at all, I think. It
Uh,
wasn't I just was looking at that. I look like a clown.
I wonder if there's a way to use like the AI companion or something to wonder if there's
Yeah, my nose is
if we go
completely
to
normal on my
host
camera.
tools,
That's
let's see
funny.
if there's
Um,
anything.
Maybe I have some filter or something on. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, huh? There's got to be a way. That's so fun. I didn't even notice your nose is red, but yeah, nose is really red.
Yeah, it's. I was just like, I was like, wow,
Uh,
Trumpowski. Do you know this opening?
someone was talking about the Trapowski the other day.
This is a very aggressive line, the Trumpowski by Black.
Uh-huh.
He takes F6. Okay, well, White is not playing super confrontationally. Um, yeah. Um, okay, I
I think the
probably have
guy
to
from
trade this.
Chess Vibes plays the Trapowski.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great opening. It's a good
Mm-hmm.
surprise opening. Yeah, okay. I mean, I probably have to take here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I'm not crazy about this by White.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, I've just traded some pieces off. And, uh, I guess I had to get back the bishop pair. But, yeah, so here, what I should have played is probably bishop d6 to blockade this pawn. I can play queen d6 now, but queen d6, I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess I'll play queen d6. Basically, I can't let this pawn move with an attack here. That's like game over.
Mm.
Okay, now we're gonna play knight d7 long castle. I don't want to lose this pawn, so maybe I'll play f6. But um, interesting. Maybe coming here. Let's play f6. I feel like this can't be a bad move. Oh, it absolutely can be a bad move. Queen h5 might have been a thing, but I didn't think it was too dangerous. All right, long castles. We have a very dynamic position. Um, and the two ways to play this are either to try and win this pawn or to try and attack. So keep it blockaded and attack. My opponent is trying to checkmate me. Not the nicest thing, but and I think my opponent is losing this pawn. Yeah, my opponent I think is losing a pawn here. Maybe not. Wait, hold on. Here takes no. Hmm. Yeah, I think you're just losing a pawn here actually. It's kind of insane because the knight defended this pawn, and so there's no like tactic of deflecting the queen off to and taking here at the end because yeah, takes takes.
Mm.
Now, what my opponent probably should do here is trade the queens. Okay, that's fine too. Um, man, I really wish this rook wasn't here. If this rook wasn't here, I would have had bishop f2 and I wouldn't won the queen. But okay, here. And if this, I will take. take and play probably a6, maybe a5. And I will free the bishop as before. Yeah, so my opponent wants this move. I should not allow it. Um, I could go here. That doesn't have a threat. I could go here and threaten checkmate. It'd be cool if they blundered it. You have one move here, I think. Yep. Okay. Now I can play this. I don't know. I'm not crazy about that. Actually, I guess I can go up. Like, there's no threat here. So here. So wait, I have more time, so I can think. Here is the idea, but then takes back here. Okay, I actually don't see anything with c4. After rook here will be a threat, but oh wow, that's an interesting move. But I'm gonna go here now. I have X-ray defense, or not really defense, but I'm defending by attacking, I guess. And also this pawn is hanging, so several things are good there. Whoa. Okay, so here takes, that's nothing, so I'm gonna go here. What?
Whoa.
Oh me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That was uh that was the entire idea of Queen f6, so or Queen c6 rather. Yeah. Okay, I had a blunder in that game. Some of my it's really funny because I'm a positional player, but I do enjoy dynamic play sometimes. So my accuracies will be like I'll play a very dynamic game where it's like, okay, I play it like 80% or something because it's very tactical and I missed some insane engine tactic. See like 80% here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I'll play another game I play like 99 in Blitz because it's just like I play a very
Wow.
positional game. But okay, yeah, Bishop f5 is good here. I forgot how to punish the setup. You have to do this first because not e4. Yeah, because Queen d5 here. Duh. Just giving the pawn. I don't know why I did that. I had to attack first. Oh, see the knight's trap. What am I doing? How did I not see? I
Oh
did not play c6.
man.
That's insane. I was so busy thinking about how I could target this weakness long term. The knight's just trapped. This is like a super common way to
Wow.
trap the knight. Like, okay, for example, in this position, okay, like the only way you have to play, okay, Queen h5 saves it tactically, but you have to play like c3. So on this, you can rescue the knight like this. This can arise out of the
Oh.
Scandinavian actually. So like e4, d5, here, and the knight's almost trapped. You have to play c3. So on this, you have this, which is how openings overlap.
That's
But yeah,
so cool.
that was just I don't know how I didn't play c6. But I love the fact that I'm still like -3. Though bishop d5 is terrible. Why? Knight d7 here first? What is the difference? Oh, I just keep the bishop pair, I guess. Bishop c4. Okay. I removed the blockading piece. Engine says I do not see the attack from white. Okay. But this is all good. Queen d6. Wow, knight d7. Engine's not afraid. Short castles.
Whoa.
Who plays short castles in this position? That's insane. Okay, whatever. Queen d6 is the human move. It's good. Knight d7 now. Really, f6 is wrong. Yeah, I thought there could be some of this, but I just thought Queen King e7. I'm okay. But okay, my opponent castles. Wow, my opponent played a lot of inaccuracies, I guess. King b8, knight d6. I just went a pawn. What did we engine? Did engine bishop d3 here? What? Knight d5? Rook d1. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Like what? This? Hang mate, maybe? Okay, anyways. This did not happen. I win a pawn. Rook b8, rook hg8. All right, c5 is wrong. Or sorry, f5 is wrong because of c4. Queen f3? Oh, not queen f3, sorry. Uh, queen. Ah, ah, no, stop. Pause. What about What's wrong with this? Okay, nothing. It's -3. Queen B4, which does threaten this. You don't have time for this, probably. Oh, you do have time for this. Wow. Oh yeah, because you can take first, obviously. Yeah. Okay, so I don't think there's anything wrong with this move. It says inaccurate, but whatever. Okay, and then you just I love that hanging a full queen is an inaccuracy, not a blunder. Like that's how bad this position is. I'm up a pawn, but it's -5, and you hang a full queen, take it to -7.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. Shall we maybe play like 10 to 15 minutes of Bug House to end this?
Sure, yeah. Let's
Okay.
I've never played Bughouse on chess.com, so
Okay.
let's figure this out.
Let me set it up and then I'll invite you.
You'll invite me? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I played it for the first time
Yeah.
once randomly with a friend, and then I played it with Omid, who's my chess buddy here.
Yeah.
And then randomly, I have to make sure because the way Bughouse works here, for some reason, it like I set it up as what is it called? I set it up as unrated, but randomly we started playing rated Bughouse. It was really
Oh,
weird.
I mean, it shouldn't really matter that much,
Yeah,
right?
I
Like,
mean it's just Bughouse, but
yeah.
so people like 3 minutes, but I'm gonna try 5 minute Bughouse because what Omid was saying was that he felt like it was just too
Yeah.
going too quickly.
Yeah.
Let me find your
I,
username.
I I have you here. I can
Oh,
invite you.
okay, yeah, add me. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
You want unrated or rated?
Rated's fine. I don't care. As long as you don't care, then I'm totally fine playing
No.
rated.
I
We
invited you.
probably
You just
will
have to
get more
accept.
people playing us if we yeah.
Yeah, probably. We might not find someone from the 5 minute pool, but
Let's see. Let's see. How do I
um,
find you?
did you accept? I invited you.
Let's see. Play a friend here. It is. Oh wait.
I can re-invite you if you don't see an invite.
Unread. Chess.com community.
You
Friend.
should see like a message or something. Here, let me re-invite you.
Yeah. Let me see. Uh,
Sure.
let's
Okay, yeah, I just invited you.
let's see. Oh, maybe it's something here. Let me enable third-party cookies.
Here, you can invite me instead.
Yeah, okay,
Works
let's
too.
do that. Sorry, guys, we're having little technical difficulties.
I've wanted to try Blindfold Fog of War. I don't know
Oh,
if you played
Fog of
before.
War is really fun.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to try Blindfold Fog of War. It'd be pretty
Wow.
insane.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, that would be crazy. Can I set it up? Oh, here. Sorry, it's taking me a while to figure. This is an example of a UX problem. Like the fact that the
Yeah,
two of us can't
yeah, it definitely is.
set this up really easily.
Yeah.
So, partner.
Oh man, I forgot to get dinner because of my midterm.
Yeah, I guess I ate a big enough meal, but yeah, I feel you. Are you gonna eat dinner later?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I'll
So
order something to reward myself for taking
nice,
my midterm.
nice. So I invited you. I don't know if you see it on your end.
Oh, uh, wait, what's one?
See, it's like that's the thing. Like this,
I
I
wasn't
don't
looking
remember.
at my screen. Hold on, re-invite me?
Yeah.
You can also email me an invite link. That might
Yeah.
help.
Maybe I'll just do that. I'll email you the invite. I'll put it. I'll put it here. I'll put it in the Zoom chat.
Oh, sure, that works.
Yeah. So that works. And now try to figure out where the chat is. Oh,
Mm,
here. I found the chat. Found the chat.
all right. Should
Oh
I
man.
stop my share or does it matter?
I think we can. Oh, they can watch you.
Okay.
So
Um, chat. All right. Let me see. I might need to open a new tab. Let's see here. All right. Let's just move you guys up here. Where's it? Okay, here. Uh, wait. This is the invite link. No?
yep, it is.
But this is not Bughouse.
Oh, it's not.
This invite link did not take me to Bughouse. I don't know.
Whoa, that's
Um,
weird.
Hold on. Let me. Okay. Are you on the screen right now for Bughouse?
Yeah, I'm on the screen right now for
Right. You see,
Bugcast.
okay. I'm clicking this. So I just
Hmm.
invited you to be my partner. Did you get a thing on your screen at all?
Let me see. I did not, but and I've enabled notifications. What the heck? The fuck? Chess.com, you're killing me.
Here, try my
Uh,
link.
yeah, okay, I'll try your link. Yeah, for some reason it also takes me to the wrong page too. It doesn't take me to Bughouse.
Weird.
There's an ant that was just crawling
Yeah.
around my wall.
Huh. We can play another hand and brain game instead
Yeah,
if it
worst
isn't
comes to
working.
worst, we'll just play hand and brain. Okay, sounds good.
Mhm.
Well, I guess we'll use your screen then.
Okay, got it. We can do one each if you want.
Okay, sure.
Let's play 3-2.
All right.
Um, wait, how do I? Okay.
Oh, it's rated by the way. You clicked on
Oh, it's
rated.
rated.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine
Uh,
for me since you're the lower rated person.
pawn.
Pawn. All right, I don't play this, but I do know it. All right.
Knight. Ooh. Um, bishop.
Play a little copycat chess. Ah, see, look, it's a fun knows about
Oh
Caesar.
yeah. Wow.
Very, very interesting.
Let's see. Pawn. Mm, uh, bishop.
I don't know how objectively good this is. What is this? Oh, queen.
Oh.
That is a precise move.
Wow. Um, pawn.
Do I have this? I have to. Exclusive. Wait, you didn't say anything. Sorry.
Pawn.
Um, I don't actually don't know how good it is. I was just thinking about it, but I think it's fine. Oh, there's queen takes. Okay, so I have to take here.
um, bishop. Um, ah, um, let's see. Knight.
Maybe. It's, it's, it's. Okay, let's go for that. I'll be pawn down, but awesome play.
Oh. Knight.
Okay. I calculated this line. This is, I think, not great for me, but it's okay.
Okay. Uh-oh.
I get some like active play, and there's opposite color bishops on the board, and it's probably fine.
Mm.
Oh wait, that's with check. Ah, maybe it's not fine.
Oh shit. Let's see. Knight.
Okay. was scared for a second. Um, um, I bet the engine is saying the best move for white is F3 in this position.
Oh.
Maybe it's to take the pawn, but I think F3. It would like. I'm betting it likes this or H3. One of the two.
Uh,
That also is perfectly reasonable move. Um. Oh, sorry, I didn't say anything.
oh, it's all good. You can go ahead and finish it.
Okay.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Let's see here. This is a good move, by the way, stopping me from castling. I
Yeah,
mean,
I saw
they
that. I was
could
like, wow.
they could have won another pawn, but
Hmm.
stopping me from castling was a very good idea. Um, it's not too bad though. Like for example, if check and we trade queens here. Ah, never mind. Okay, that's a better check. I was thinking this check and I block and we trade queens and I'm probably fine, but now I have to block with the knight again. So because if I block with the queen, you take my rook. Yeah. Oof. All right, let's play rook c8 now. We need to start getting our pieces out of this terrible bind we're in. Mm, you have three moves, sir. I guess four. Queen b7 is kind of far though. I don't know. Queen b7, like knight b6, probably. Okay, very logical. And now probably have to like break out with this. Maybe I go. Yeah, I think I'll go like this. We go bing and bang. I don't think I can save this pawn. I think saving this pawn is a pipe dream, but that's fine. Because if it takes, I'm probably like, oh, maybe rook there. Actually, rook there looks pretty strong. I'm sure it takes. Um, oh wow, the queen is. Ah, the queen's not quite trapped because of queen c7. Okay, just castles. Doesn't want any of that. I should probably go. Oh, I can't. What am I doing? Uh, okay, here. Just defending my pawn and attacking the bishop. Simple chess. Bishop c5 is an unfortunate. Yeah, that's an annoying move. Rook c5 for no reason. Rook c5 for no reason. It's I mean it's pretty over, but it's not over, I guess. Oh no, it's really over. No, it's so over. Oh man, I why did I play that move? That's such a stupid, such a bad move. Ay ay ay. Okay. Just getting checking. I'm just getting absolutely killed. What doesn't play it? Oh, that's very fancy. Oh, I lost some time. Okay. That was funny. Yeah, so hold on, let's go back. We're knight in this position. The threat is queen b7. Gotta be very careful. Queen
Hmm.
b6 here is an interesting move.
And then you open up the
Get
rook.
this position. This pawn, you double the pawns, but this pawn's weak. And like if you ever take, oops, not sorry. If you ever take here, undouble, these are miserable pawn islands.
Mm.
Like queen b6 is probably not the only move, but I imagine like b6 is probably not terrible either. Okay, castling, the engine doesn't care. Bishop e4, d5, bishop g2, queen a8.
Wow.
Queen b6 only move to defend this, and the queen is trapped. Knight e2, you take on h1, take on b8, winning on knight,
Whoa.
but takes queen c6, queen b2, rook d1, knight d5, bishop d5. Bishop d5, queen c7, and probably like bishop f6 is. Oh wait, no, that hangs mate. Haha. Okay, probably like g6 is good here. Yeah, and then like what? Queen f4. If you play f4, probably bishop f3, rook d2, check. Oh wait, the queen's defending the rook. I'm too tired. Okay, so maybe no, maybe you don't play bishop f3. Let's maybe you just play like I don't know, bishop c4, rook here. You have queen a1, king f2, rook b2. No, does not care. Check here. There's no perpetual because the pawn on c4. I guess also you might have f6 in here. Rook b2, queen b2, queen d1. Is this a winning endgame? Hold on. Yeah, this must be winning, yeah. Here, here. Ah, if king f5, maybe not. King f5, king c4. It's very unclear. So that's winning.
Mm.
Instead, yeah, maybe this is just winning. 3. But here, it's probably simple to go king e7. Here, and you have your extra pawn. Wait, no. It's probably not to move. e5. King takes. Yeah, this is clearly winning. Whoa, nope, not taking f5. Wow. Oh, well, yeah, no, of course, this is, um, what is the draw here? King b6, king d3, takes, push, moves, pushes, a5, f3. What? a5, f3, a4, f2, or sorry, a5, f3, a6, a2, f2, a7, a1 queen? And it's not, wow. Even though you have a discovery check at the end, this is just a draw. You take with check, your pawn up in a queen endgame, and it's holding apparently.
Whoa.
You're up 2 pawns, but queen a. Oh well, yeah, you're just hanging queen, obviously. Wait, and so and if sorry, and if wow, that's a draw. Yeah, queen endgames are like the most complicated endgame in
Wow.
chess. You can be down a pawn in a queen endgame and be drawing, but it's like
Wow.
super hard to tell. Like for example, let's see here. What's the engines? Okay, here. Okay, here already. Only move king d6. Here, because here you're losing your queen. Here you're losing your queen. Okay, makes sense. Only try is king, queen f6. Again, only move is king d7 because of king c7. Queen e7, king b6, queen b4. Uh, what? Oh, wait, it's this. Queen d6 here. And if I just leave, I win the queen. And if I leave this way, I force a queen trade.
Whoa.
Okay. So in this position, only move is king d7 because of king c7. I check, 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 and force a queen trade.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of moves that you got to think a lot of moves ahead of Queen.
Yeah, I mean
Wow.
GMs don't play like we'll not convert these endgames. Like
Oh.
recently Fabi was playing Magnus in some event and there was an end game that they both thought was winning the entire end game, and the computer's just like, yeah, it's a draw. It was a pawn down queen end
Wow.
game, and they both play like 99.8% accuracy. And then
Wow.
Fabi, on like the 90th move, blundered away in the queen end game. But they played perfectly. He was down a pawn in the queen end game, and then just lost. It was, and
Wow.
Magnus said after he thought the game was lost the whole time. So
Wow.
yeah, and then
Another
queen b.
reason not to resign.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But
Wow.
queen, this is crazy. This maneuver. So
Yeah.
the maneuver is if you ever go to the here, you have check. If you go to the A file, I'm trading queens. If you go here, I'm winning a queen. If you go here, it's a trade. And so you have to go either here or you have to go king c7, and then I check you back to where you were because if you go anywhere else, it's a queen trade.
Mm-hmm.
And then I check you here instead of here. I check you here. And now you can go up or because any of these, there's a queen trade.
Mm-hmm.
If you go down, there's a queen trade. So, but if you go up, now I play queen b4, and your king's not here, so it can't go to c7, which is the only square before. It has to go here, here,
Oh,
and here you're losing a queen in one move. So
there
here,
you also.
but
Wow.
this is a trade as opposed
Yeah,
to just a
that's a
blunder, and
trade.
then
I see.
this is
But you're
pretty
still like,
simple.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, I mean, it's almost impossible to blunder this endgame way, but wins.
Yeah,
Yep,
exactly.
computer.
Wow.
You don't know me, computer.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then
Yeah.
here, short castles. What? Oh my God! Because of this, Queen D6 and Bishop G2. Okay,
Yeah, that was a crazy line.
okay. Maybe I could have seen that if I had thought some more, but I was not thinking at that point. I thought Knight C6 was already we already lost. But yeah,
Mm.
Queen B7 short castles. Okay, that's yeah. Okay, and then Queen B5 is a nice find here because I thought actually not there. Oops. I thought if like here after takes. Takes. I thought I actually after castles it was probably equal, and it is. It's equal. I'm down a pawn, but like 92, pretty active.
Mm-hmm.
Queen a6 here to prevent castling because the knight hangs.
Uh,
Queen. Wow, Queen d6 only move. Why? Because on. Wow, I guess it's okay. Wait, so say I play rook here, bishop d3. Okay, and sorry, and after bishop d3, it's a queen trade. Okay, that's like unfindable. The point of this move is you threaten a queen trade, and to get out of it, it's perpetual. It's
oh,
just a
look
draw.
at that.
Like black can press this if they want, but like queen b5, you go back. So basically, what you do is by going here, you allow black to move, and then you can repeat the position. So basically, black has to make a
Wow.
decision. Like you go here, and the only move is to move your queen so that next turn after black makes their threat, you can go back. Because
Mm,
otherwise, if you don't do that, like in this position, bishop d3 is coming.
mm.
So you play rook here, which is a fine move defending this. Bishop d3, f3, rook fc8, king f2, knight d5, queen d2, bishop c4, rook b2, queen a3.
Wow.
Obviously,
Wow.
yeah.
Oof. Wow. Dude, Liam, let's try to at least do this once a month. But in the
Yeah,
future, when you have
definitely.
more time, I want to encourage you, like, you should start streaming and just like, since you're gonna be playing chess anyways, you might as well just like show people your thought process.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds fun. And we should definitely do this more. I
Yeah,
agree.
this was great. And yeah, I really wish we were in the same town, man. It's
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
LA is far away from me.
yeah. You're in what is it, British Columbia? No, you're not British Columbia.
No, no,
Toronto,
I'm in Quebec, Montreal.
Quebec, even more far.
Yeah, but it's close enough.
Yeah, exactly. So your area code is a Quebec area code.
No, my phone number is a DC, a Washington DC area code. That's where I'm
Oh,
from
that's
originally.
why. Yeah, because I saw it looked like DC, but I thought maybe because in Canada they have area codes too. Maybe it was a Canada area code. But yeah,
No,
my
yeah, it's
parents are in
DC.
DC, right? That's why I was like two. That's DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well, for everyone watching, I think I will end the stream here, and Liam, we can talk a little bit more after this. But everyone, We got to thank Liam, man. I think besides being back on here more, I think Liam's gonna create his own stream one day. So I get a feeling, Liam, what's gonna happen is the next big thing after YouTube's gonna come along. That's where you're gonna jump on. So like, there's gonna be some other platform that's gonna come along within the next 5 years. And that's I
Yeah.
know you're gonna jump on that because that by then you'll be ready. You'll probably be done with school. That's the perfect time to kind of jump
Yeah,
on
for
these things
sure.
because school is
Yes.
school, right? And we have to prioritize our school.
Yeah, unfortunately, because it's so tiring.
Exactly.